Hey everyone!
Hi.
Welcome to our
Hi.
Blue Rose stream. We are back with I think our third Blue Rose stream.
Good Blue Rose stream.
Third Blue Rose stream.
Good.
Yeah. Would everyone like to introduce themselves? Because we have a guest.
Yes.
I'm hearing the stream. So is someone playing it?
That was me. I'm done.
Okay. Awesome.
And I'm not holding my
Anna,
nails off,
yes.
so I don't know what the
Okay.
crackling is.
Oh, hey, so it's me, Anna. If you see me in the chat on other streams, I'm normally down as the LBs. I am playing Ziska, who is a sea folk person, and she's a warrior, and currently she has just done a daring leap off a platform to try and protect the young little lad and his rye wolf in the barn from these zombies who are also trying to attack them, which is a bad thing. So that's me.
Yay! Awesome. Brian.
Hello. I am Brian, and I am playing Doretus, who's sort of a melancholy. What's the word? I can't. Varda.
Vata, yes.
Vata. I kept putting an R in there. Vata, which is a magic user. So he's a diplomat, likes to calm people. Yeah, that's it. That's what I am.
Marie.
Hi, I'm back after having been away.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
We missed
very excited
you.
to be back. I missed all of you as well. I am Anne-Marie, obviously, and I play Micah, a rye raven who likes pooping on people aggressively and in well-timed fashion.
I'm Jess. I'm playing Corenza, who's also a Walker. Slightly more, as far as I'm aware, slightly more sort of wild, maybe. So sometimes.
Your
get
sound
less
quality,
Yeah,
kind
your
of going
sound's
in and out,
gone.
Jess.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Awesome. I think my thing just wasn't plugged in very well.
Ah, that would explain it.
Sorry, what was I saying?
You're
Wild
introducing
mage.
yourself.
I think I'm a wild mage.
You're
like
a Vata and you have wild magic, yes, as part
Yes.
of your
Awesome.
thing.
Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I am the GM for this Blue Rose adventure. Blue Rose is one of my favorite non-D&D systems that I've always wanted to run, and it's an absolute joy to be here finally running it with you lovely people.
Yay!
And for you people in the stream as well. And we should probably say hi to the people who are here to watch us.
We should. Hello, Castellum. Hello, Bear. Hello, GSD Media. Hello, Claire Cat. Hello, Chaotic Bifector. And hello, Dilly the Doe. And hi, Puddlebutts. That's lots of people today.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Dilly, I know you're so close to finishing off your classes. Just a couple of weeks and you'll be done.
Yay!
So thanks for lurking while you do that.
That's
Puddles,
awesome.
always beautiful to see you. Chaotic Bifecta, hi, I love you. You're my kiddo.
You're
I love
stuck in
everybody
there?
else in the chat too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Baby, are you just going to lie down? Do you
All
want
right.
to come in here and have me feed you treats? I don't have any
Ooh.
treats to feed you. I didn't bring treats in.
I'm gonna
Oh
get
no.
Hey, baby, come in. No,
Have we got a floof?
we've got a floof, but he's being shy.
Oh.
Hi, floof.
Chicky, come and see me.
Okay, right. Do we want to do it
Seen a
previously on?
spider? Go eat the
I
spider.
don't remember
come
what
here.
happened last time.
Yeah, no, I can bring us up to speed on that.
Previously
So
Awesome.
the last time we were together, you began the session midway through trying to reason with a rather aggressive bear who was getting ready for her winter hibernation. You did quite a lot of damage to that bear. You managed to make her back down and realize that you were more than just prey items. And then you carried on your search for the missing boy, Marcus, whose father is worried about him, and the people of his town are equally worried after he disappeared with a rye wolf greymane. On your travels to find the boy, you encountered a small camp of near starving mongrels, which you recognize to be a dark spawn race, but very down on their luck and struggling. You gave them some of your food, albeit you snuck it into their camp without them noticing, and hopefully enough for their little ones to survive if not survive the coming winter, at least to buoy them for a little bit. And then after that, you managed to finally get onto the path to Micah and Greymane, and you discovered them sheltering at a camp which you knew they were headed towards near the Frostbine Mountains, where you have unfortunately found them surrounded by skeletons, warriors left over from the Kurnish invasion, which never happened. And we finished our session with you just beginning to fight these skeletons to try and save Marcus and Greymane, and hopefully either reunite them with the father, or get them back to town, or otherwise save them.
Mhm.
And it was Carenza's turn, by the looks of it.
All right. Am I right in thinking that there's a skeleton right by us?
There
Yeah, there is a skeleton number 1 right in front of Doretis.
Right. That's going to be far too close for my comfort, so I think I'm going to hit them with cold. Because I'm just going to be like, that seems to be working, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
For now. So, what do I do again?
If you go
Cast
into
spell?
if you go into cast spell and cast it, I believe it should already tell you if there's a fatigue test on it.
There isn't on Frostbite.
Yeah, didn't think there was. Okay, so that is a 15. Let me get up the things for Walking Dead.
Target number is 11.
You have
so
made.
I get 3d6 penetrating damage, if I understand that right.
Yeah, you get. Is it an extra d6 for every 2 successes over the target number?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get 3d6 on that.
Actually, get my dice out. I forgot to get my dice out.
Pull out the D dice.
Yeah. And I would pull out a handful of dice, and there's not a single d6 among them.
You could borrow mine. I have dice. Is this not helping?
No, not really.
You could roll for her.
You're a bit far away. It's all right. I've got some. It's good. I've got my dice. There goes one on the floor. Right, let's roll it. Okay, so I only did 8.
Sorry?
8 damage.
8 damage total, but it's penetrating, yeah? So you're
Yes,
ignoring
it's
armor.
penetrating
And
damage.
that's on skeleton 1, so that is a not insignificant amount of damage to skeleton 1 there.
Yay!
Yay!
There you go, Doretis. I'm helping keep you alive.
Oh, good. Because I smacked him with a stick last time and it didn't get past the armor.
It did nothing. Does your buddy roll to see how well he slept?
Puddles is saying had a buddy that sleeps with his dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite extreme. I sleep with a cuddly dragon.
I don't sleep with my dice.
Right, skeleton 9. I can't remember how far in the air Micah is, but I have a feeling Micah's not high up at the moment, is he?
I don't think
She
so.
swooped down.
Yeah, he swooped down to attack skeleton 9, so skeleton 9 can attack back this round.
No.
So,
Rude.
first of all, he has to actually hit. Let's get my own dice out now. Like D&D, we don't have many tokens for these things on here. So, stats. Does a... Why can't I do maths? Where is your attack roll?
Everyone
Does
needs
a
maths.
15 hit you?
Is that against my defense number?
Yes.
No, it does not.
There we go. That's another advantage of you having a really great defense, because you have... Why do you have a shield?
Because I'm just that awesome.
It might be. I feel like there is a reason why you've got a shield. I just can't remember what it is.
I don't have any
a
armor.
bird with a shield? Yeah, Barry just said the same thing. A bird with a shield?
Yeah, no, she doesn't have a shield. I think there is a reason why she gets an extra point to defense like that, though.
Is she carrying a coconut?
No, she's not carrying a coconut. But anyway, yeah, the skeleton fails to hit you, so
Yay!
over to skeleton 1, who's going to try and gnaw on Doretis. And
Rude.
Doretis does a... More maths. Does a 16 hit you?
It does.
It does. Ooh,
Mm.
damage time. So, as you are struggling to get past this skeleton's rusted but still very much intact leather armor, it is able to bite at you with its rather gummy, not gummy, it's a skeleton, it doesn't have gums anymore. It's rather broken jaw and does a mighty 3 damage to you. And if you have armor, which I don't believe you do, you can subtract your armor value from it, but as a mage, I don't think you have armor
I
starting
have
out.
no armor. Mm-mm.
Nope, you take 3 damage then. And you do have a health pool on your sheet too.
Right.
I'm just
So
wondering
on
where
the
that goes.
on the sheet where it says health, is it count up to 27 or is it
Uh,
counting down from 27?
Whichever you prefer, I think.
Okay, I'll count down just because I just didn't know if it was like a
Yeah,
when
no,
you
I
get
think
to
it's
zero
whichever way you like,
versus.
because you can do it up or down, so whichever is your preference, as long
Okay.
as
Am
long
I
as you don't go
currently-
halfway down and then try and trick me by going up again. I'm aware of the cheats that people can use.
No, I'll count down. I'll go from my max to 27 and count down.
Yeah, 27. Mage starting with 27. This is very different to D&D, where you start with usually like 6 as a mage.
Yeah. I mean, to put in context, the mage is starting on 27 health, but Ziska, our warrior, starts on 40.
Okay,
So
I have 26, so I've
Yeah.
probably got the
29.
least. Yeah.
at least in terms of sort of formats generally, I think sort of the overall health comes out roughly the same. Like the warrior's got almost double your health.
Yeah.
Just that it's more generous with its starting amount. Skeleton number 2, with Micah on the ground, is going to move around and try and get a hit on Micah.
I'm not on the ground, am I?
Well, you're
You're
I'm not
low.
very high, but
you're on your low enough point that anything at ground level can take a swing at you from your previous
Rude.
attack.
rude.
He does not hit you, but he does have stunt points.
Oh, no.
So he is going to use his stunt points, because there are things he can do with them.
Bah.
Oh, yeah. This is why you should always actually look at your stunt points, even if you don't hit, because you can use them even if your attack is unsuccessful. So I don't think I can disarm you because you're using beacon claw. So if I disarm you, I'm literally ripping your face off, and that does not sound
Ouch.
Ouch.
Aw,
Yeah, let's not do that.
let's
Yeah,
not.
he is going to use his 2 stunt die to knock you prone. You knock your enemy prone. Any character making a melee attack against a prone foe gains a +1 bonus on their attack, and it means that you will not be able to fly high next turn, as you'll need to get up off the ground first and then take off to just normal height. Basically, it'll be action to get up.
Rude.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more, Micah.
These are skeletons. They're not intentionally rude. They're just doing what they're programmed to do.
Ignorant and rude.
Yeah, ignorant. I'll go with ignorant. Skeleton number 4 is also near Micah, and as Micah is on the ground, I'm afraid more rudeness will ensue.
You wankerous bastard.
They are skeletons. They have not been able to wank for a very long time.
Good. They don't
Steady on,
deserve
my
to be
dears.
able to.
They probably also don't care if they're bastards any longer.
Fine, you crumbling pile of dust and crap. How's that?
Better.
Yeah, thank you.
Go with it. I can think of a reason why that also shouldn't be allowed, but I'm just going to go with it.
Well, they're about to be a pile of crap because I think Micah's about to crap on them. So.
Yes, yes.
That would require taking off. I have a better idea.
That one doesn't hit you. Skeleton falls, so doesn't hit you, so, and that's even being on the ground. So you're doing well. Doretis, it is on you. You're being gnawed on.
Right. So last time on this episode of, I hit it with a stick.
Yes.
And
Didn't do much.
didn't do much because my 4 damage was almost nothing or was nothing. So I'm
The
trying.
skeletons have leather armor, which gives them a 4 for armor, which means they take 4 of any non-penetrating damage.
Stick. Yeah, don't use a stick, use a spoon.
Why
a spoon there? Sorry.
Because it'll hurt more, you twit.
It's like 10,000 sticks when all you need is a spoon.
I'm assuming that unlike other magic systems, using something like Cure on a undead probably does not hurt them in this.
No, there's nothing in this which says that using Cure Wounds on an undead does anything to them. So, unless they're wounded, in which case you can heal them.
No, not really going for that today.
Good to know.
I guess what I'm gonna do is what is my if I use grab creature to pin them?
Yeah,
the move object.
You're using your Arcana, right, from move object?
Correct.
Right, let's just quickly remind ourselves of that. So you can move objects with your forts. You're going to use move object to grab a creature as a major action to pin them. So the toughness test is based on their weight. And I think the lowest value of that was a 7. Let me just consult the Tome of Ignorance. Really should have tried learning your spells better by now. I do apologize.
No, it's okay. It's all new to all of us. So
we'll get
once we start knowing the numbers. Yeah.
Come on, move object. Where are you? Light, mind. The other thing which makes this a real problem for me is I'm really bad when looking for spells or anything in lists. I'm really bad at following the alphabet naturally. Like it always takes me an extra 10 seconds to realize, oh, this is in alphabetical order. I just need to follow the letters.
If I set light to Doretis' stick, would it work better?
Would it work better as a walking stick? Probably not. Would it work better? Perhaps. If you set a light to Doretis' stick, you would be able to say that the stick then has fire damage. Whether it will still be a stick by the end of the combat is debatable.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the total mass of... How heavy do we think bones are, people, in pounds?
Oh, good.
Well, I just looked up a skull, and that's 2.2 pounds. Which other bones are you interested in?
Well, he's trying to move the whole creature, so I'm thinking of just how heavy a whole skeleton.
Probably going to be somewhere in the region of 10 to 15 pounds if the skull's 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
15% to about 20 pounds.
Oh, well, not too far off.
Yeah.
About 20 pounds. Okay,
Yeah.
Your target number then for grabbing a creature using intelligence shaping against target's defense. Oh, that is different. Okay. Yeah, so you are actually making an attack roll using your intelligence against the target's defense this time. Because you're not actually picking it up. That's why the weight doesn't matter, because you're not picking it up. You're just trying to pin it. So do you want to just roll the test, cast spell, and I'll tell you if it...
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll tell you if it passes on its defense.
And then it says the fatigue is the test toughness.
Yeah, so basically the target's defense as well, you need to pass
for fatigue defense. After I make the... Okay.
Yeah.
So there's my attack.
Oh, and you have stun points.
Yay!
Nice.
Points.
So what can I do with stun points? Let me
look at the chart. Yeah, you better open that up for Arcana. Stun points are great. How many do you have? 2?
2. Mighty Arcana.
Right, so you're not doing damage at the moment.
Right.
So I can't, because it says if the Arcana does damage.
It does damage. Right. I can't just do that. I think the answer here is to do powerful channeling and spend both those points to improve my outcome.
I'm actually gonna be a little cheeky here and just, while no one's looking, I'm just gonna whisper into the mic that you've already beaten it.
Yes. So I'm gonna use the 2 to do skillful channeling, which reduces my fatigue target by 2.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Great.
Yeah, that's the better one here.
Awesome.
Okay.
So
I will want to roll for fatigue now.
I do. So let me. My roll 20 is being a little slow as I scroll.
Yeah, I just had to refresh.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my test.
Okay, fatigue 15. Yeah, you breeze through that.
Nice.
You are able to hold the skeleton at bay and keep him pinned. And if you want to avoid being attacked from him, you can even back up a little bit if you want to avoid him trying to just swing out at you if he gets loose.
Okay. So if I move over here,
yeah, that's permissible.
Great. So I'm going to do that. So I don't know why I'm leaving the other wizard to fend against this thing. But,
you've done what your wizard is good at. You are very much a sort of paralyze and control wizard. So
yeah,
you're backing up behind me.
Yeah, you've done your bit, and now it's for the attack wizard to do attacky things.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The squishy attack wizard.
Yeah. Skeleton number 3, seeing how successful everyone has been with attacking Micah, is going to go and then use all his action to rush this way, feeling like there's easier targets.
Oh, so they've had an original thought. I'm impressed, because I was about to be quite derisive towards them. So.
And then, Micah, you are on the ground.
Right. So at this point, can I either get up or attack, or can I do both?
So you need to be circling to fly high. Circling puts you above the thing. So you can either use both your actions as minor actions to first get up off the ground and then circle, which means you're out of reach, but you're going to have a turn before you can... You're basically going to have to skip a whole other round again before your next attack. Or you can get up and just launch straight in an attack, but then you're in a danger zone.
Nothing new there. I am peeved at the complete lack of manners on display here.
Aslam has said, get up off of the ground, attack to make you feel better.
I think that needs to be said in the song, didn't it?
Yeah.
Get up off of the ground, attack to make you feel better. Get up off the background.
That does make more sense, thank you. Sorry, I'm slow. It's not you, it's me. Right. So I'm going to stand up, and then I'm going to utter an unearthly screech as only a rye raven can, going, and I'm going to bite this guy's foot.
Okie dokie.
You're going to have to tell me how I actually do that on here.
So if you go onto your character sheet,
Where it says bite, I click the little dice.
yeah, if you just click the dice roll by bite.
I did that and it went away. Oh, there it is. Roll, right, roll, bite. Oh, stun points.
Ooh,
Oh,
Ooh.
That
look
is
at
a-
that.
that is a terrible roll, but you have stunt points. So let's see what you can do
Still
with your
gets
stunts.
11.
Hmm?
It gave me 11 because I had
Yeah.
5 attack
Because
bonus.
you have
But
to
yeah.
+5. And actually, that is enough to get through its defense.
Yay!
Delightful.
Yeah. It's enough to get through. They have. This is the thing with this system, because armor reduces damage. It's most enemies you find will either have high defense, so they're hard to hit, or high armor, so they're easy to hit, but less damage goes through. And these are definitely the latter of that. So they're quite easy to hit, but it's the damage getting through which is the hard of it. And you also have a special ability, which I think applies here. So I'm just trying to find your class powers. So you have your, once per round, you can add 1d6 to a successful attack if your dexterity is greater than that of the target of the attack. So when you roll damage, you can roll an extra d6 as well.
Nice.
But you also have
Awesome, which means I
can add
don't need to do the mighty blow with my stunt points because I've already got it.
well, you could do
that
mighty
gives
blow
an
as well, and then it would also
And then I'd get
add on.
2 extra d6.
Yeah, you'd get 3d6 then.
Ooh,
Right.
tasty.
So that would be
Um,
a, especially as they have 4 for armor, the more dice you can throw at it, probably the better.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. So it's 3d6.
The only other one I could suggest that might be useful to you is lightning attack, where you can make a second attack against the same enemy or a different one within range and sight. Oh,
And
you
that's
must have a
3.
loaded missile weapon. Oh
And
no, that's to make a
lightning attack costs 3 stunt points. And
Oh,
I'm
you've
gonna
only
roll
got 2, have you? Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you had 3.
Nope.
Okie dokie.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna roll 3. So that hits, yeah.
Yep, that hits.
So I'm gonna roll 3d6 for damage.
Yep. And then you get -1 because of your strength.
That's 8 damage.
Okay, and because of the armor, that becomes 4.
Bollocks.
That's still, we've had Doretis not do any damage to things so far, so that's skeleton 2.
So is he kind of missing part of a foot now?
Yeah, he is. You are slowly disassembling his toes away from him, and that is definitely having an effect on his balance.
Good.
And so
Arsehole.
far, the
I know you
damage
haven't
done
got
to him
one.
already means that you sense that skeleton 2 is starting to wither a bit. He's already in a bad place, skeleton 2, from the previous rounds of combat.
My heart bleeds.
Is that just emotionally or physically he's in a bad place?
I mean,
Do skeletons have emotions?
well,
Can't
he's
cry.
telling his therapist he's been dead inside for a long time.
Mm.
Okay.
So,
And he
I
is
know the feeling.
literally a dickless pile of bones, so
Yeah, true.
that's got to be hard on the self-esteem.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Very much the wrong kind of boner.
Oh dear.
Someone had to lower the tone at some point.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad I'm back.
Boners, setting wood on fire.
Yeah, I did technically offer to set your wood on fire.
I'm going to move on to Ziska.
Okay.
Run away!
I about to say, I hope you're not relying on me to bring an element of class. I'm the bashy one, aren't I? So,
Bash away, baby, bash away. Preferably
okay.
one of these skeletons that have me surrounded.
Yes, yeah, I am not impressed that they're all tag teaming the Rye Raven. So what I would
Before
like
you actually do that, can you actually, you don't even need to make a perception test from where you are, because you took that position last turn, so you would have noticed this by now. So if you want to look slightly to your left on the screen.
Okay, hang on, let me move the turn order. Okay. How far left am I looking? Oh no, you rudeness. Well, sir.
More skeletons approach.
That is incorrigible. Okay. Well, that sort of throws a slight spanner in the works. Okay. Can you remind me, please, Andrew, with these squares, what distance is it again, please?
Each one is, I think, 2.5 feet. Did we agree? 2 feet?
2 feet, I think you said.
Yeah, 2 feet is.
Okay. All righty. Now,
by the way, these new skeletons are being added to the turn order now, so it might change up a bit.
Because it's my understanding, because I fired my bow, I need to reload it.
As a minor action, yes.
I have got. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, maybe that was a stunt. Oh gosh, I thought I had a rapid reload thing, but maybe that's a combat stunt point thing. Yeah, that is rubbish. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use that as a minor action then to reload. But I think I'm still gonna be more concerned that Micah is surrounded.
I have to admit, I was hoping you would be, but I didn't want to.
No.
Be too whiny about it.
No, that's fine. And then I think I will need to do the ranged attack. I'm gonna go for, because I've noticed that Micah's just had a go at skeleton too. I think, yeah, let's keep going with this. Pick off the one which is.
I would like to point out I am still squawking insults at these skeletons.
Well, perfectly understandable, my dear Eye Raven. So let us click on this thing. Hopefully it's the correct thing. I need to. Oh no!
Stun points.
But I did jack.
Yeah. You do have 2 stunt points, but you do miss.
Okay.
Let's see if your stunt points.
Thank you for trying.
Anything relevant.
Yeah.
Points can still do something relevant though. So let's see. How many do you have? 2 again.
Yep.
So you could use one of them to immediately reload a missile weapon.
Yeah. I think it's probably better.
You could. No, you haven't hit the thing, so I can't say that you're going to knock him prone.
No.
Defensive stance could be good, as those other skeletons are coming at you.
That is true. I probably ought to do that one actually. So I think I'm gonna take defensive stance, so I'm ready for them when they inevitably come at me.
So just remember you've got a +2 bonus to your defense until your next turn, then.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that just in case. Boom.
Okay. Corenza.
Okay. Do I understand right that skeleton one is kind of pinned to the ground?
He's not pinned to the ground. He's more sort of pinned standing at the moment. He's being sort of. It's a bit like if he was at a nightclub and the bouncers were trying to get him out. He's just got his arms held, and it's all like
So he can't hurt me?
Not physically. Whether he can hurt you emotionally or not is another matter.
Okay.
Do people get any kind of, just as a general gaming question, when I have a creature pinned, does that give us any kind of advantage on attacks?
Not officially, but I might add a couple of pluses to your ability to hit it.
Okay, as a point of curiosity to see
Yeah,
how efficient.
Yeah, I'd say you'd find it even easier to hit it than you did before.
With your massively damaging stick.
I'm tempted to leave that one to Durettis, except for the fact that Durettis kind of backed up and isn't doing much damage. No, I don't think I'd actually think that clearly. I think I would hit it with the. I would keep hitting it with ice and kind of like a.
You're just sort of going.
Yeah, basically.
You're basically a runaway ice maker right now.
Yeah. That is exactly what I'm doing.
An emotionally scarred ice maker.
Yeah. So that's an 11, which is the target number.
Yep, you have cast it then.
Okay. Does that mean it's just 1d6 or would I get
It's just the 1d6 this time,
1d6.
yeah, but it's
Okay.
still penetrating.
Here we are. Oh, I
Can
get
cold
2.
shaping happen in the real world right now?
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah. Honestly, if Carenza could actually do cold shaping right now in the real world, I would cancel the stream and just
Everyone would be at my house.
ice shaping
Yeah.
for the rest of the time.
Everyone would be at my house, and I would be declaring myself Elsa and the next queen of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that does 2 damage.
Okie dokie. But it's penetrating, so it is damage on the guy.
Yay.
Love it.
Right. Skeleton 9 is going to try and get a swipe at Micah again. And it's... Yeah, you know what? Yes, go on. As Skeleton 9 tries to take a swipe at Micah, it accidentally grabs the support struts of the battlements where it is and pulls. As he does, the bear trap that is above him falls on his head and decapitates him instantly.
Was that a critical
Nice.
fail by any
That
chance?
was 3 1s on the dice.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he's gone.
Oh,
To do that, he-
Awesome.
said she's lost the game because I made an Elsa reference.
Well, to be fair, your hair is making an Elsa reference.
My hair is making an Elsa reference. No, it's a braid. Elsa's is a fishtail,
Oh.
which I can't do anywhere near as well. Fishtails are really hard to do.
What's the difference?
Fishtails, you get 2, and you take a small bit round from the outside and move it to the inside, and then add it to the other, and you keep doing that, so you get much more of like the wishbone shape.
Yes, they do it on horsetails for show jumping and stuff.
Now, Castlam reckons I'm giving off Lara Croft vibes. I would totally be okay with being a badass Tomb Raider.
I'm gonna see if I can do that with.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite long enough.
I'll just have to keep growing it. All right.
Okay.
I tried.
I'd like to see that.
Right, Skeleton 1. I need to look back at the spells again and see if they have a chance to resist. Because I don't know what they need to do. I think it would be a willpower test for him. And I don't think...
Chaotic Bifectors just offered to braid your hair. Brian.
When you get home from wine and painting tonight, I'll still be awake.
Or at least put it in pigtails. If this happens, I want to see.
I can just imagine
I
going
want
to my
photographic
doctor's
evidence.
appointment tomorrow with braided pigtail things and being
You
like,
know what
nice to meet you, doc. Let's have surgery. I'll have these.
what you can do on short hair, which is really satisfying. There are these little kind of hair gems which are on the end of it's a spring and a little gem in each end, and you bend the spring and it opens up, and then you can twist the hair around and use the spring to fasten it.
Nice.
So you end up really, really sparkly. And it's like I like to think of it as the boy equivalent of pigtails.
I love this idea.
Right, Skeleton 1 has done really well on his willpower test for some reason. It takes his turn, but you sense, Doretis, that he has come loose from the shackles that bind him, and he gets his sword ready to move back on at you for next round. But that's all he can do for now, is just get you loose of his shackles.
Phew.
Skeleton 2 is going to try and attack Micah and hope to do better than his fallen comrade, who...
Another unique. Hello again, and thank you for another
Hello.
gifted sub.
Hi.
Jolly
Hey,
Roger has a sub.
Jolly Roger.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, another unique. And you are very, very amazing. Yes. I don't think you've had a stream yet where you've not gifted us a sub when you've turned up. We are very, very
It
grateful.
is amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
Keep being awesome. Another
Mhm.
unique. Keep being awesome.
That's an order.
Skeleton 2 misses Micah, so as in fails to hit, he doesn't miss the bird who's shrieking at him and pulling off his toes. He rather wishes that bird would go away, but
The
it
bird
won't.
would be more than happy to if he didn't keep trying to kill it.
Yeah, Skeleton 4 is also going to try and kill Micah.
You know, I'm just having this moment because I've been doing a lot of screenwriting lately, and there's a screenwriting workshop that I go to, and the lady who runs it says if anyone has a line or is doing anything important, she's like, you need to give them a name. She said no one really wants to go and audition for the part of Thug 2. And now I'm just suddenly feeling bad for all these skeletons because they haven't got names.
Well, this one's completely incognito. It doesn't even have a name on the tune.
They did have names in life. They've gone beyond the point of having names.
Can we name them? Because I think this one just to the left of me should be called Dilly Dick.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yay!
Can I name the one near me Popsicle then? Because I've frozen it like 3 times.
One thing at a time.
We could call it Pops for short.
Your tune will come.
The skeleton 2 actually backed off me.
Yeah,
Dilly
I
Dick.
had to rename him.
Thank you.
Psychic damage for being giving a silly name.
The one south of me should be called DD Dickless.
It's going to take a while.
I think we should just give them like names like Frank and Jeff.
Skeleton 4 is that one, is it?
The currently incognito one. Yeah, this guy, DD Dickless. That's D space Dickless.
Very important on their resume.
Yes. All 3 D's capitalized.
Bob.
He'll never have as much D again.
Or
Frozen
he could be
Star-Lord.
Illy Ickless because he doesn't have the D.
Yes.
Skelly
Or just
Not
Ickless.
renaming him a second time.
Silly.
Just one free naming and that's it.
Oh, no.
Chaotic Bifactor suggested Philip Hiscock, and Castle has suggested Skelly McSkullface.
Right, Skeleton 3, here we go. No, I'm actually tempted to say that people in chat can only name things if they give bits. Because the skeletons need them. The skeletons need their bits back. That way they won't have...
I don't think the healing goes that far, mate. Sorry.
No. there are limits to what we're willing to do with magic.
There are trees nearby. You could improvise and give them a prosthetic.
Why? I want them to die, not improve their self-esteem.
Okay, well, that's your
Well,
problem.
you only give them a twig.
It's
Right.
well,
Can
still
improve
more
their
than they've currently got.
Oh, Chaos Bifactor has given bits, so Skeleton 3 is going to be
Philip Hiscock.
Philip Hiscock.
Which
His
that is
name.
actually my best friend in junior high. That's his actual name, his real for life name. And his mom's name was Patricia, but his dad always called his mom Pat. Pat
Hiscock.
Hiscock.
Hiscock was actually where I dormed during uni. I remember that much of uni.
Apparently, it's a Lithuanian name.
Right, did DD Dickless actually attack, or did we just get...
No, I think we
No, and you
didn't-
didn't actually rename him either. I can't see a name on there.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you
DD
need to
Dickless
click the.
according
You
to
need
this.
to click. No, yeah, they are named.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see a name.
Oh, do you need
Oh,
to
well.
tick the box that makes the name tag appear?
Everyone else has got names.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's
It's
fine.
got a nameplate on it, and Jess, you're seeing DD Dickless, so I don't understand how...
No, I'm seeing Dilly. I'm not
Oh.
seeing DD.
It's there. On my thing, it's there. I don't know.
Okay. Don't know. Don't worry about
That's
it.
all right.
Hold on. Player permissions. There we go. Boom.
There
Yeah.
we go. Thank you.
There we are. Okay. Right, so D.D. Dickless, is he going to fight any better with an identity? Yes, he fights better with an identity.
Oh no, Micah, what have you done?
Doesn't hit you, but he gets stunt points.
Oh
And
no.
he gets enough stunt points to activate their own unique ability, which is Swarm Tactics.
Oh
Dead can perform Swarm Tactics as a special stunt costing 3 SP. This stunt allows any other Walking Dead adjacent to the target to make an immediate attack.
no.
So
Oh dear.
basically, D.D. Dickless is handing over the reins of combat to Dilly Dick.
Another unique has just said, when I worked as a bartender in Anuvik, is that how you say that? I had a regular who introduced himself as I'm Christine, but everyone calls me Phil. I learned later her last name was McCracken.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, this is the first time. Does a 17 hit you?
No. Oh, hang about. Hang about. Wrong number. Wrong number. Bollocks. Yes, it does. Rude.
Yeah, I was going to say, if 17 doesn't hit you, I've got no chance of hitting you ever. Right, okay. So the Walking Dead gets to get some damage in. So that will be... That's 5 damage to you, Micah. And you do not have armor, so that's just 5 straight
I'm going to
on.
remember that.
Why
I
are you
take
on,
it personally.
why are you on 20? Oh, have you just changed that to 24?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was already there, and then, yeah, never mind. I am getting lost in the
Numbers.
combat.
No, that's fine.
Skeleton 6, and I'm going to rename this person before anyone else has any bright ideas. Someone,
One more skeleton up for
someone
grabs,
here
people.
needs to have a wholesome and wonderful and lovely name. So you are going to be
Boris Johnson.
John Bon Jovi was another
Oh!
suggestion. And Vera suggested Richard.
I wanted Frank.
Richard, Bobitcha, Banana.
I mean, Richard is my dad's name, so I'm going to go with that. Skeleton Richard. And
Or maybe
Excellent.
call him
Ex.
Ricky. Ricky!
Alan.
Beyonce was called
Ricky.
Richard. So
Billy
I look forward to
Bones.
seeing Richard die.
I like John Bon Jovi.
I do very much like John Bon Jovi.
Skeleton 8 hasn't been, and who knows, maybe there's more skeletons lurking and hiding to be named.
Well,
Oh,
let me
dear.
look. Oh, now that they're not numbered, we can't tell how many there are. Thanks, guys.
There was up to 9.
Yes, but not all 9 were there.
No, but there's going to be at least 9.
6, 8. Richard, my dad apparently, is going to attack Ziska.
Well, your dad's going to attack me. I don't think that's called for. I've not even met the man.
Does a 13 hit you, Ziska?
Sorry to disappoint you, Richard. It does not hit me.
I'm sorry, Dad. You tried. Doretis.
Right. Well, going over my list of opciones. I think my are there any rocks or something of substantial size around me that I could use to move objects to fling at the frozen skull lord?
You could fling debris from the forests nearby at him. There's a forest just behind him, so I'd say you could grab some kind of dead branch like you did with the bear attack and hurl that forward into him.
Okay.
But actually, the whole area is a ruined outpost. So yeah, there should be plenty of rocks on the ground as well, which would do better damage.
Also, bear in mind, just up to your kind of northeast, there is a used bear trap. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's too far away.
I think I'm probably too far away from that. I would
That's amazing.
guess.
Probably. It would take a while for you even
One,
to
two,
make the thing travel over.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 15, 20 feet from me. So I'm just gonna find a big chunk of ruin that might
Yeah.
be laying about and fling. I will
Okie dokie.
fling.
So striking with objects requires an attack roll using intelligence. So if you just want to make an attack roll on that, so just an intelligence check here.
Chaotic Bifactor said, I feel a strange sense of satisfaction in making you fight your childhood best friend.
Thanks, kiddo. I'm gonna fling rocks at him. It's what I do.
Well, at least you're not flinging poo.
True.
Bear has just redeemed Hydrate, but I've literally just done that, so I'm gonna.
I've just finished my drink. I cannot redeem hydrate.
We'll have it
Huzzah!
in soon.
Smacketh!
I also have the
Huzzah, sucker!
Oh
Huzzah,
dear.
smacker.
I will redeem hydrate later. but I
Huzzah,
haven't.
drinker.
Huzzah!
You can't see
Hydrate!
it very well. It says huzzah, smacker.
Huzzah, misseth.
Huzzah,
You had the
misseth.
misseth side.
Yeah, I deliberately held it up that way.
Because I
Mine
had the
doesn't show up very
smacketh.
well on my camera. It looks way better than that in my hand. Yours looks really obvious and clear, and mine does not look quite so clear. It does in the mug. It just doesn't seem to on my camera for some reason.
Oh.
Fling rocks while singing "We Will Rock You."
We will rock you. So yeah, I rolled a 15 for the
Yeah, and it
flinging.
deals 1d6 on a successful toughness 11. Passed. So you get plus 1d6 damage per 2 outcomes. So you've got 15 there, so you get 3d6 worth of damage. This is a
Yes.
big rock you've hurled.
10.
Cool. That becomes 6. Oh no. What have you done?
What?
What have you done?
What?
My notes as to which skeletons have taken damage all say skeleton 2, skeleton 9, skeleton 4, skeleton 3. Oh,
That was
God.
number 2. That was number 2. I think. Oh no, was it
The
number
one
1?
that died was number 9.
Yeah, but the one that's dead is number 9. We're
was
going to have
that
to go
number
through this
1?
now.
Philip,
This is number 4.
Philip Hiscock was number 3.
Right, well, he
Yeah.
hasn't been damaged yet, so he's fine. I just
Yeah.
need to know who skeleton 2, skeleton 4, and skeleton 1 were.
Frozen Skull Lord is
Skeleton
number
1 is
one.
deleted.
Dilly Dick was skeleton 1, I know that.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Yeah,
no,
Dilly Dick was
Dilly
definitely
Dick
was
skeleton
2.
1.
Oh no,
Yeah.
was he 2?
No, he
Dilly
was
Dick was
skeleton
2.
Skeleton
Frozen
two.
Dilly
Skull
Dick
Lord
was
was
2.
1.
Yeah.
Dilly Dick was 2. Yeah.
Frozen Skull Lord was 1.
Yes.
And his friend close by is skeleton 4, wasn't it?
Right. So skeleton 4 is
D.D. Dickless is skeleton 4, I think.
Yes.
And Richard is skeleton 6, wasn't he?
6, yeah.
He's not taking any
Skeleton
damage.
8 is
so he's
still
not in notes.
skeleton 8.
Frozen Skull Lord was number
1.
Okay. Whew. Oh, that.
See, we're paying attention.
Order is restored.
Am I allowed to give inspiration to the DM? He might need it. That helps us, guys.
Yes. Please give me inspiration. Please just give me strength. Stupid work. Okay, right. So, Doretis, after... Oh, I need to actually apply the damage you've done to Frozen Skull Lord now that I have put it in. So, there... No, you have not done 116 damage to him. That would be ridiculous.
That would be awesome at the same time.
Right. Philip Hiscock is...
Do I need to do fatigue?
Yes. It would be toughness 11 again.
Okay.
Because that's the test that you had to have for the move object there.
It's all right, Jakey. I'm killing skeletons. Well, trying to. It's all good. Don't worry.
Nice.
Yep, and you are fine.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so Philip Hiscock is going to go 2 to here, and then he's going to clamber and shamble over the wall where you are, Doretis. But that takes pretty much his entire go there because these are quite high walls, so he's not going to get an attack. but he is there on your side. Skeleton 8, who remains unnamed and unscarred.
John Bon Jovi's got to be.
John Bon. Oh yes,
John
yes, we
Bon
did say
Jovi.
John Bon Jovi, and this guy has
John
not
Bon
been.
Jovi.
Stem bones, dry bones, stem bones,
Is John Bon Jovi Jon or John?
Jon.
And it is Bon Jovi we're doing here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Otherwise, it's
Obviously.
not funny.
Otherwise, it's not worthy of the pungent, sir.
Yeah. Okay,
It
John
should be
Bon
a
Jovi.
capital B. It should be a capital B on bone.
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone's a critic.
And it should actually be a D on Dick as well, in Dilly Dick. Just
That's
saying.
true. Except it's a little dick, so
Even so, grammar rules for proper nouns should be observed. We do not have to behave like savages just because they are.
Careful, you're going into Kalima territory here, I think.
Right. John Bon Jovi is going to try and assist his friend, but it's going to be made harder by the fact that Ziska is barring the way. So he's instead going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then is going to use his move again. 2, 4, 6 to try and surround Ziska for next combat. Micah, you are up.
Right. Which of these two guys is more damaged?
At the moment, that would be Dilly Dick.
Right. Can I get kind of 5 feet off the ground and still be able to do something?
No, once you start flying, the rules just sort of make this very basic, so you can't sort of do shenanigans of being low enough to hit, but high enough to be away. It's very much.
I wasn't trying to get away. I was. Oh, actually, I don't have to. I just realised. What is my maximum carrying power? How much can I move?
How much weight?
Yes.
That is a good question. Let me go to Ravens under the thing. Right. You've got a -2 for strength. So let me just check something here.
while Andrew is looking things up, have we answered why a raven is like a writing desk?
I think we tried to last week.
Try to.
Yeah.
I do not know why a raven is like a writing desk.
Yeah. Because it can produce a few notes, particularly if its name is Lewis Carroll. Because it can produce a few notes, I believe is the answer.
Right. Okay.
I think that's more intellectual than I can handle in this speech.
Yeah. Yeah. My. That's.
Oh, no, there
yeah.
is more to it, apparently, though they are very flat and it is never. What's the
Are they
rest?
both made of wood?
Yeah.
Okay, a raven can carry about 1.5 pounds.
Oh, that's disappointing.
while
Okay, fine.
flying. You are still a raven at the end of the day, so you can only carry as much as a real raven can carry
Real
in flight.
ravens are big, but yeah. Okay.
You've also got advantage, remember? I think we forgot about this
Yes.
last time.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think that might also be a way of trying to keep flying characters from only being in the sky all the time. Because I would reckon then what you would do if you wanted to really sort of min-max the system, flying characters on this would just swoop down, grab something heavy, fly up, drop attack it, move over to something else heavy, pick it up, and as long as the enemy don't have ranged weapons, which these guys don't, you could theoretically get through the whole combat without ever being a viable option to be attacked. So I think that's where they're going with that rule.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I am torn because I'm not really one for running away, even though that seems like it would probably be the healthy option at the moment.
I mean, your defense is high enough for these guys. I know the one has hit you, but that did come as quite a surprise. So
yeah, I'm going to attack Dilly Dick's foot bone. No,
okie dokie.
again. Bite. Oh, with inspiration, whatever that gets me.
Oh, conviction. That can get you a number of things because people need to remember to use.
Oh no, it wasn't conviction. It was, didn't I give Micah the advantage when I last session?
Oh yeah. Okay, but everyone remember to use your conviction anyway because it does help you.
Yes, I want to on my turn.
Okie dokie. Sorry, where were we?
Conviction. There we go.
Oh,
Right, one
that's right.
conviction point allows you to re-roll any roll of the dice you make.
Thank you, Puddle Butts, for the
It
bits.
also allows you to gain the benefit of a defend action, or you can use it to get an extra major action on your turn, so you could attack twice.
Oh, I'll do that one.
Okay. You do have, everyone has a conviction tab somewhere, don't they, in there?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
character sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so as long as you take one off your conviction for that, because you've got 6 conviction at the moment, so it's worth using them. And I think this
Yeah.
is also how you make sure that you get past higher armored people, is by using your conviction to make more attacks that way in your round.
Okay.
Cool. So that's a total of 30. I probably should have waited for damage rather than... Oh, well.
Yeah, well, these are 2 separate attacks you're making, right?
Oh, right, yeah. So one on Dilly Dick and one on DD Dickless.
Okay. So the first one makes 13, that hits. Second one makes 17, that hits. There's no stunt points here, so you can just do the damage for both.
And which is 1d6, isn't it?
1d6 minus 1 for your strength.
Right. There's the first one, and there's the second. Oh, crap sticks.
Dang. Unfortunately, with their armor, that means no damage gets through.
Oh no.
Oh, Puddle Butts has just said she's bought a sticker. Awesome. Which one did you buy?
Can you use conviction to add to your damage? That's a question.
Let's see.
Well, it does say any roll,
Oh,
Yeah, you can
Roll.
any die.
allow you to re-roll any one roll of the dice. So you could use 2 more to re-roll those damages and hope for a better.
I will do
Okay.
that then.
Okay.
So, sweetie, did you have to fling your slobber all over
Huzzah,
me?
Mr.
You did. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you. I feel very loved. Yes, I do.
Yeah, there are stickers, Chaotic Bifector. We have stickers of Huzzah Smacketh, Huzzah Misseth, the Gilded Mimic Network
Such a good boy.
chest, and the Pyramid, and the Story Squires emblem.
All right. So taking down 2 more conviction points.
And look at that,
And-
Let's
magically.
hope these re-rolls go better for you.
1d6 and 1d6.
What? How can you do 0 damage? That
You've got a -1.
Oh,
I've
Minus
got a
one is
minus
helpful.
1.
oh, that is
Oh,
So
rude.
no damage.
Roll 20.
Still no damage.
Your curse
Oh.
strikes again. Dear me.
wow.
It was
Oh.
worth a try.
It was worth a
Definitely.
try,
That was
and
harsh.
please remember, chat, as well, to send conviction points people's way because they do need their conviction, and there are many uses for it. It's kind of
Conviction
like,
is like inspiration.
but there's more things you can do with it, and they're allowed as, unlike inspiration, you can have more than one of it at a time.
Yes.
But also don't flood them. Don't suddenly just give 20 million conviction, because I will not let that happen either.
Oh.
We need
watching
to earn
the chat.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, people need to earn their conviction, otherwise it's not really conviction.
Convincing.
Convincing, that's the word. Ziska!
Bada bing, bada boom. I would like to spend a conviction point to do Surge because I'm just going to take that down before I forget to do it because I've got 2 lovely skellies in my face.
So a surge, means that Ziska is going to have an extra major action or minor action this turn.
So what I'm gonna do, as my first minor action, I'm going to put my bow away and get my polearm out. And then I'm going to.
That's just a free action, isn't it? If you just drop the bow.
Oh, is it a free action? Because I don't know, because it says you can you can unsheathe the weapon, pull out a potion, otherwise ready an item that is stowed as part of this action. You can put away.
Oh yeah, so it is stowed at the moment. Yeah, so you're getting your weapon and shield. Yeah, okay, so that's your minor action.
Yeah, and then I wanted to. I don't think I've done. I wanted to activate my shield fighting style.
Your weapon, yeah. So you have the talent weapon and shield style, which means that at the moment at novice you get a +2 defense bonus when using a shield instead of the usual untrained maximum of 1.
Yeah, because I'm surrounded on both sides, so I think I'm going to need it. And then I would like to do a melee attack on Richard for being just so darn aggressive.
Okay.
Okay. Back to my character sheet. Click on the correct tab. Okay. Boom. No.
You have hit.
Have I?
Yay!
Right, well,
Hey,
I didn't think I was going
Their
to.
it's again that thing. Their defenses are low. Their armor is quite frankly ridiculous.
Okay. Damage.
6. Nice.
This
Yep.
2 becomes 2,
Respectable.
isn't it?
3.
It's still 2. And I'm thinking Ziska's thinking to herself, right, I can't afford to move from this spot, because if I move from this spot, Marcus and Greymane are going to be even more in trouble. So, I'm just, even though I don't think anyone knows that I'm in trouble because I'm behind a wall and I don't think anyone can see me, I know I've just got to stick it out as best I can, because I don't want anything further harm to occur to Marcus and Greymane.
I find it hilarious that at this point the only one of the skeletons that's died is one that killed itself, but
You are wearing them down. You are wearing them down. Carenza.
I believe you. Thousands wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be doing the panic thing at the Frozen Skull Lord.
Freeze!
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 Freeze! Please just freeze! Freeze already! Stop moving! 15
Nice.
again.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
That is a hit. That's 3d6, yeah.
Yep. I just rolled 3 6s.
Nice!
yes.
Way to
Goes up.
go!
So that's
So you
18
can't
damage,
see
yeah?
The right one. I can't know you can see the right one if I tilted it lightly. 3 6s.
Frozen Skull Lord is still there, and you have no idea whether he's alive or not, but
He's frozen.
he is so encased in ice now that he is officially no longer a problem.
I'm gonna kind of look back over my hands as if they did that work? Have I just frozen it?
And I'll just lean over and go, well done.
Yay!
Scary.
And yeah, I was literally about to say that. Whoever said that, you've read my mind. Conviction for Carenza for playing her true character.
Yay!
So Frozen Skull Lord is still there, but gone. Dilly Dick is up next. And he is going to try and attack Micah.
Oh, change the
He is
record,
going
dude.
to again fail, but he's got his special I have friends stunt. So DD Dickless also gets a free attack on Micah.
The only friend he has
Which
because of their
this is.
circumstances.
Yay!
Micah is so dexterous. It is really hard to get a hit on.
Well, I
Then-
mean, they're a lot smaller than the skellies, so they're going to be
Yeah.
harder to hit.
And I have to admit, at this point, I'm feeling very underpowered when it comes to actually damaging things. So I'm glad that I can at least not get hit too much.
I
In the
will admit, on the stats, this is probably a chat for later, as we were probably going to have a chat about this afterwards. I'm surprised for a first level campaign they've given. I didn't question it when I was putting it together, but to give powerful armor to these zombies seems a bit harsh at first level. Not something I would have necessarily chosen for myself in hindsight, but
Chaotic Bifactor has redeemed inspiration. Who would you like to give it to?
Ooh.
Which is technically conviction.
DD Dickless is taking his actual attack now, which misses.
Yay.
Richard has an attack.
Oh, come on, Richard. Have it.
Richard might actually have done something. Does a 14 hit you?
Well, with my
You've got
shield
pluses to your
style,
defense.
yeah, with my shield style, I know it doesn't.
Okay. Doretis.
Right.
Give it up, Richard. Give it up.
So, I am going to turn toward my childhood friend. Alas, poor Philip. I knew your cock well. Not really. Sorry, that
I was
was.
gonna say.
I would say
not
that's
a
much more
confession.
Brian than directed. Really.
Oh. No, I'm going to try and pin this one as well.
Okay.
Give it to
Micah,
Micah.
you have another conviction.
Point.
Hey. All right, I am going to cast it. Whoop.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is cast. He is
and I
held.
didn't get any stunts.
No stunts,
So,
unfortunately.
That's okay. Now I can move, right? As a
Yeah.
is that a minor action?
That's a minor action, so you can still do that.
Okay.
You are next to a wall, though, just to make you aware.
Right.
You can move south.
I could.
You can
Yeah,
move
you know
around
what?
Frozen Skull Lord as well. Even though he's frozen in place, I'm going to say you can enter into his square and just shift past him if you need to.
Just imagine his
Awesome.
eyes just like following.
See nothing but death in his eyes.
Do they have eyes? They're only skeletons.
I
Yeah,
thought
they
got
have
eye
eye sockets.
So I can move 1, 2, 3. Can I go corner to corner?
Yeah, you can do corner travel.
1, 2, 3. I think that'll be fine right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that one could get to me. I'm not worried about it. Nope. I'm gonna hold. That's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Philip is going to try and resist your binding and fails.
Aha!
Nice.
John Bon Jovi is going to try and hit Ziska and gets not enough to hit, but he gets stunt points. So he is going to
Try again.
He's going to attempt to disarm you, Ziska.
Well, what do I need to do to make sure that doesn't
So he
happen?
attempts to disarm the target of his melee attack. You and your opponent must make an opposed attack roll. If you win the test, you knock your enemy's weapon 1d6 plus strength yards away in a direction you nominate.
Right, okay, so what I just do, a roll on my spear?
You just do a roll as if you were doing an attack, and if he wins, he disarms you, but not the other way around because he's the one attempting the disarm.
Oh, I guess I don't.
Stun points.
Well,
4 stun points.
do I actually?
He fails.
And you have 4 stun points.
And you got 4 stun point. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'll class those as combat stunts, so...
Okay. Right, okay, so do I actually get to disarm this?
No, because it doesn't work back the other
Right,
way. He
okay.
was attempting to disarm you as his action. Your thing was just to defend against that.
Okay. Now, I obviously, so just because obviously I was doing an opposed thing to stop him from disarming me. So I'm guessing the dual strike one wouldn't necessarily apply because I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't doing a combat. I'd say
So,
you could do knock prone on him. Like, you're using your shield, so you could just say you raised your shield to block his attempt and then shield bashed him down to the ground.
Okay.
That would use 2 of your 4.
And then if you did a defense stance, you'd be even more defensive.
Yeah.
Yes. That
Sounds good. Yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to knock him prone, so I have to do another attack.
No, you don't have
roll.
to attempt to knock him prone. That's different. Knock prone is just something you do.
Okay, all
There's
right.
nothing
so-
in that which says that you have to.
Oh,
Just as you
okay.
knock an enemy prone, any character making a melee attack against the prone foe.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna knock John Bon Jovi down and be like, "You shall not pass." And then then I'm going to sort of like immediately like reset to show that I'm ready and like, come on, to show that I'm not phased by any of this nonsense whatsoever.
Okie dokie. Micah.
Micah is kind of fed up with sitting here and getting attacked. Oh no, actually, is
Doing
Micah
fairly
fed up
well.
with it? I'm not sure Micah is actually that fed up with it. Micah's probably doing a little dance at this moment, going, "Shake your tail feather, shake your tail feather," because they just can't hit him. So let's
Just
see.
like he.
I mean, you've got both Dilly Dick and DD Dickless above half health now. Like they are halfway dead from your attacks. And
Right.
DD Dickless, I know, is the only one. He's only been hurt by you, so you're not doing nothing here.
Oh, right. Well, that's good to know. So little bits of bone kind of litter the area around me.
Mhm.
And I am considering taking some of them with me and maybe asking Corenda to polish them up, because then they'll be shiny and that can be the beginning of my hoard. So yeah, that'll be good.
See, hold on. I have just had a clue and a realization. And I'm going to go back up the chat.
Back up the chat.
Yes, because I've just remembered something that we didn't do last time. When you made your bonus attacks, we didn't consider the fact that you have your special rogue style plus D6 to your damage for being more dexterous than them. So when you rolled a 3 and a 1 for your damage, you should have rolled an additional D6 as well.
Oh my.
Because that was forgotten. So I'm going to let you have that back, and I'm also going to let you have your 2 conviction points, which you tried to use to re-roll that, because you did use 2 extras on that. So
Yeah.
if you could just roll 2d6 for me.
Okie dokie.
No, yeah, just 2d6, 1 for each of them, and then we'll add that to their previous damages, and then you also need to give yourself back 2 convictions.
I've added back my convictions.
Okay.
There's 2d6.
So a 1 and a 5 added to a 3 and a 1. So I need to treat these as separate. So the 1 is going to add to the 3, which makes 4, so that still doesn't do damage, but the 6 is going to add to the 1 and make 7, so that does do damage. So DD Dickless takes some more damage.
Yay!
And DD Dickless is looking close to dead now.
Yay! Awesome. So now I get to actually have my turn, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, it's just that came into my head. I was like, oh yeah, no, I need to back.
No, I'm feeling better about my
I knew there was a reason.
damaging abilities
from the lack of damage you did last time. I was like, yeah, you're right, you aren't doing much. And I was like, why is that? It's like, oh yeah, we're not factoring in your special rogue ability, which gives you an extra D6.
In which case, I am going to I'm going to practice my mating dance.
Okay.
Okay.
Because this is very important, of course. You know, I do aim. One day I will find.
We've already established they're dickless.
Yes, I know. Yes,
Okay.
I'm not
saying the
practicing
mating
for
dance
bed.
might not work here.
It seems like, you know. Well, no. Call me nuts, but I don't really fancy an aggressive skeleton as a life partner, especially when it's trying to kill me. It's not. I don't find that attractive. That doesn't turn me on.
It's not a healthy foundation.
It doesn't hit my rye buttons, no. So I'm just kind of doing my little mating dance, twirling around, checking how exactly how to arch my wings so I feel really graceful and you know, manly or ravenly. What's the word for a male raven? Hang about.
That's so Raven.
Raven facts. Oh, this is taking too long. Okay, so I'm feeling very ravenly, ravenly,
Or
as opposed to
Raveness.
fravenly. So, and just as the skeletons are looking at me, thinking that I have completely lost the plot, and I'm going to be a very easy target, I'm going to turn around and go for Dilly Dickless foot again. The same foot
Okay.
that I've been attacking.
Are you going to use conviction points again to get another attack in?
I
Or see
think
how
I
the
might.
combat goes
Yes,
and then maybe do another one?
I think I will.
Okay.
I think I will do that. Right, so I bite and I
You hit.
bite again.
You hit again. So you've got 2 hits, and each one is a 2d6 roll minus 1, not a 1d6 roll.
Right, so is that 1d6 minus 1, so 2d6 minus 2, or
So
1d6, 2d6 minus 1?
each one is a 2d6 minus 1 because
Right.
the d6 is adding to your attack, and you only take the minus of your strength off once. So a 9.
Minus 1.
And a
Another
9.
9.
Nice. And we figured out combat. Dilly Dick is Dilly dead.
Yeah!
Nice.
I
Figured
got
out
the
how to
second
make-
actual enemy kill of the battle. Carenza
Nice.
took first. Hi,
no,
Carenza.
Skeleton 9 took first on itself.
And killed himself.
Yes, I meant, actual killed by an enemy rather than just decapitating itself
Yeah.
through clumsiness.
On that note, should we take an interval?
Oh gosh, is it really that time already?
Yes,
Yeah.
right so.
Yeah, we're slowly getting combat, but we've got a bit to...
It'll speed up as there's less enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
More than that, it'll speed up as we remember what actually gives us strength and power.
That too.
Yeah.
All right. Interval time then.
I am going to get a drink.
I'm
I
going to
shall
turn the light on
return.
because I realized I forgot and I'm slowly getting darker and the
Yeah.
screen is
I'm going to be
struggling
putting a
to
light on as well.
make me stick out. All
Right.
right. I will be right back.
Me too.
Well, I will stay here to entertain all of the people who are left on chat. There I was, by myself, on a stream Twitch, looking at the people in the chat going, "You're awesome. You're beautiful. And by golly, people like you." I'm giving inspiration to the chat, just in case. But I don't think you have your headphones in, so you probably don't hear anything I'm saying anyway.
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, look, she's
No, I didn't hear a
all
word you were saying.
by myself.
You're not anymore.
Don't
I'm
wanna
back.
be
I'm back.
all by myself. No, I was just telling them that they're beautiful, awesome people, and that I'm here by myself to tell them and tell the chat that they're awesome, and they can do whatever they want with their lives. They can do good things.
Yes.
Use your powers for good.
Is that really what you were saying?
Mostly.
Okay.
But now that you're back, I need to.
You need some pop off tea? Is this going to be me?
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
A wild,
I can
chaotic
hold the fort.
Bifecta has joined the party to
Hi.
tell you all that you're amazing.
Thank you.
she
I can't hear you, but I love you.
Here, let me. There, now she can hear.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah,
I'm
I just
nosy.
said thank
I
you.
just wanted to say hi. Also, I needed something from the fridge, so I was going to.
Get your fridge. She getting that fridge on. Get that fridge on. Get some
Right.
food from the fridge, cause I'm in the garage. All right. So I
I'm going somewhere too.
will be back in a moment.
Okay. I will hold the fort. Right, it's just me now. Oh, what can we talk about? Who have we got? Who's still there? Anyone still there? Or have you all gone to get drinks too, knowing that we're taking a break? Bear's still standing. Yay. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's too hot in the UK. It is still 29 degrees in the room I'm in. It is too hot. It's like 9:30 in the evening and it's still 29 degrees. For everyone in the US, what is that? What is that in the US? Let me look that up. That is 84.2 Fahrenheit. It was 84.2 Fahrenheit in the room I'm in right now, or 29 degrees, for anyone wondering.
Too warm, man. Too warm.
Yeah, far too warm. Far too warm. I do have a fan, and I've ice blocks underneath my laptop because my Zoom broke on the stream on Monday because my laptop got too hot.
Oh no!
So now I have raised up my laptop on little tea lights, and there are ice blocks underneath it to keep it cool. So my laptop is now actually kind of cold.
It's on ice.
It's on ice.
I'm back.
It's on ice. And you can also join us on Discord. If you're not already on our Discord, you can follow us if you're not already following us, and tell your friends about us if you like us. And if you don't like us and you think we suck, tell your enemies to watch us instead. I can't remember who said that the first time, but it's tickled me now and I keep saying it. Yeah. Oh, and I have a book that is only 99 cents today. My first book in the Fringe Colonies series, Alliance, which is my Pirates in Space series that is based on adventures I got up to with Brian. It's kind of annoying Brian's not here because Brian is one of the characters in the books. But the first one of those is 99 cents. Let me get a link. Today only. I think it's today only anyway.
I've moved on 2 books now since the stream last week.
Yay! Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, I think it was because of the heat and difficult getting the little ones to bed. That I essentially just coped by reading book 3. Just
reading
going
book
on.
3 of...
Oh, I'm on book 4. I'm on book
You're
4
on book
now.
4. Okay.
So book 3 was like my all night. Right, okay, I've just got to get through this somehow. I'm just going to read my Kindle. And
Yeah,
so I just got
sorry
through book
about
3. Yeah, took a darker turn. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's all based on real events. All 5 books are based on real people and to some degree real events.
Real fictional events, is it?
It's been Fringe Colonies is based on me and Brian and a bunch of other people playing a game called Puzzle Pirates, where we had several crews and they joined together to make a flag. So every person in the Fringe Colonies books is based on a real person, and I am Kit. Brian is Rin. So yeah, and some of the events that actually happened, I've done slightly different twists on them in the books, and some things in the books didn't actually happen, but they're there to make the story work. But the vast majority of what is in the books, especially in the first 3 to 4, is actually what happened. To a degree. And definitely very much the emotional journey of what happened.
Okay.
Is this Fringe?
Yeah, I'm talking about Fringe because Alliance is 99 cents today.
Oh,
but
that book
Ziska
is so good.
was just saying that she's just got to book 4. And we were talking about briefly book 3.
Right. Yeah, some things happen.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone wants to read it, go for that. But bear in mind that book 3 has a little bit of darker twist.
Now there's a character that pops up and he just kind of gets mentioned a couple times, and you already talked about me, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was you. Yeah.
Would anyone like a floof show?
Another unique. Thank you for buying it. Yay! I hope you enjoy reading it.
Do you want treats?
Do I understand that Chaotic Bifector has read it too because she nicked your copy, Brian?
Hey, baby.
No, it means she nicked my copy.
Hello.
And hasn't.
Is it?
Hello.
So I'll be giving it. Wolfsong and Chaotic Bifecta will fight over books 1 through 4.
Good boy.
While I finish 5.
A Rye Raven is now a Rye Wolf.
Yep.
Our very own Rye Wolf.
Our very own Rye Wolf. Floof is the floofy boy.
If you're floofy and you know it, shake a paw. If you're floofy and you know it, eat a treat. There you go.
Good
Ah.
boy. Oh, he's so good. He's so gentle. You're a good boy. Oh,
If
can't
you
get hold
like
of him.
this floof, there are also photos of him on our Discord floof channel. There are lots of
Yes.
photos of this floof on our Discord
Yeah, I
floof
do
channel.
take a
Jake
lot
is
of photos
pretty
of
much
him.
our main mascot, I think,
Yeah.
at this point. He is the stream mascot.
And a few of us are going on a writing retreat in the autumn, so there'll be photos of him with us, and not just me. If you want.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Good boy. You're such a good boy. We like forehead scritches. We like forehead scritches. Yeah, but we like treats more, don't we? Okay. Okay, last one, because these skeletons aren't going to kill. Well, actually, one of them did kill
I'm going to kill
us.
themselves. We've already proven that.
Well, I mean,
One
Well, I
killed
mean-
itself for us.
well, I mean, if Richard and John Bon Jovi, you know, would like to take some initiative in that regard, Ziska certainly isn't going to complain.
Last one. There's a good boy. That's it. No more. No more. No more. No more yummies.
All the floofage.
Back. Good back. Good boy. We taught him how to go backwards because there are a few bits in our house where he can't turn around because he's so big. So yeah, he has to occasionally reverse a few steps, which is really funny to watch. It's especially hilarious from the back.
Can you imagine?
If you floofy and you stuck, waddle back.
Are we all ready to carry on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know where we were, so.
Ziska, Micah had just done some excellent turnage using their conviction points. And now that we've worked out how their damage works, Micah is looking a lot more deadly again, which is how they should look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was feeling very pathetic, I have to admit, so thanks for remembering.
No. It's my fault for not keeping a proper... I'm trying to keep tab on so many new things here at once.
Oh no, not blaming you in the slightest. Just no, Micah is now feeling a bit more ravenly.
Ziska, what would you like to do? And remember, you have conviction too.
Yes, I do.
Double attacks all round.
Yeah. I may end up doing that. Well, I certainly want to do as a major action. I certainly want to do a melee attack on John Bon Jovi because he is obviously, I've just knocked him over. So that would make sense. So I'm guessing I attack him and I then add just one.
Yeah, you get an extra because he's on the ground.
Okay. All right, so that's 15.
You hit.
Okay.
Nice.
11 damage. That is a very good hit.
Is it 11 though? Isn't it like 7?
Well, no, it's not 11. It is
7. 7. Then I think if I spend a conviction point, can I do that again?
Yep, you can spend a conviction to make an immediate other major action.
Yeah, so I would like to hit him again because you know it's not good tactical sense to be surrounded on both sides. So Ziska's thinking we can take out the problem.
Another 15.
Come on.
7 damage. That is more damage to him. You feel like you've got him almost halfway.
Okay.
If he could bleed, he would be.
Yeah, if bloodied were a thing, he would still be a skeleton.
Okay,
Anyway.
and then
I'm not giving you
and then because that was like an extra thing, I've still got a minor action
Yep.
I can do. So I think probably I'd stand firm because I'm a stubborn young lady, and there is no way I'm moving from this spot. I'm letting this boy and this rye wolf be put
That's
in
another
danger.
+2 to your defense, isn't it?
Yes. Oh no, hang on, no, is it? Hang on, let me just read that.
Conviction to
yeah.
Ziska for being badass
Oh,
and not backing
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, conviction to
Okay.
Ziska, that's fine.
okay. I don't think I get. No, I don't know. That's I don't get extra +2. I just think it gives me some benefit if someone tries to do a skirmish or knock me prone.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, Carenza.
All right. I think I'm gonna have realized that Frozen Skull Lord is indeed dead because Duretis walked past and didn't attack him or move towards him.
Yeah.
But then Duretis has basically just walked off and left me with another one of them.
But
Who's
I
also
left you with
kind
one
of-
that's not moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's gonna start moving again. So I'm probably gonna again be like slightly panicked. Do I have to do something if I'm panicked?
Yeah, I'm going to make you because of the way you're doing this at the moment. He has left you there, I guess. So if that's your
My
takeaway
instinct,
from this, we'll...
being left with yet another skeleton after feeling like he backed off and hid behind me with the first one, I'm going to be like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, okay. We'll deal with that in a minute. Take the rest of your action first, and then we'll...
I will do the cold thing again.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, I'm being kind of boring, but
Nice.
Hey, 4 stunt points.
Four
Nothing
stunt
to be
points.
complained about there.
Oh,
and
wait.
15.
And you've got 15 again, so that's another
This is
3d6 on that already. So it's,
arcane stunts.
Yeah.
Nice.
you've got 4, have you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
You could do Mighty Arcana. Does another 1d6, and then that's 4d6 going at it.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or fast casting lets me cast twice.
Yeah, you could do that as well. That would actually, the way you've been hitting these things, that might even be better for you.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it so fast I get to do it twice because I'm just freaking out. It's like,
Okay, so do the damage from the first one first.
okay, so that's 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 14.
14 damage, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, and now make your second attack.
So roll it again.
Yeah. You don't get any stump points, by the way, from a
That's
bonus
fine.
attack.
So that one's 12.
You do hit it, and you get 1d6 because you're...
1d6. So it was same either way then, really.
Yeah.
That one.
Did
was
she
only
get
a
any
1.
bonus because he's held in place?
That would have only been to hit.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Wouldn't
Like,
that get me extra d6s? Because every 2 I'm over, I get another d6.
Yeah, but your target number is 11, so you're only over by 1.
Yeah, but if it's easier to hit, because you're making it easier to hit,
should get 2d6 instead of 1d6.
would I actually get more d6s?
Yeah,
you're
okay, you
changing
can have
the target.
2d6 there on that one. Yeah.
Okay. I got a 1 and a 5, so that's 6.
Okay, and that adds to the 14 that was already there, yeah?
Yep, so I've done 20. Oh.
Philip
Wow.
Hiscox, you are slowly making a winter wonderland of ice sculptures here. And I say slowly, you're doing it very quickly.
Walking
And
into
you have-
wonderland.
Because of your general fear of what's going on and Duretis possibly seeming to abandon you at that moment, you do feel a ripple in the psychic energy around you as you struggle to contain yourself. So can you please take a willpower test?
Me?
Yeah.
Just basic willpower?
I believe so. I'm just checking now. So, oh, that's why I can't find it. That's not how it works. It's not a talent at all. There we go.
Bear has just said his cock has been removed.
Yeah. Okay. So take a willpower self-discipline test,
Willpower,
and you don't
yeah.
have self-discipline as a
No.
focus, I believe. So it's
So
just
just-
a.
Do I just click on the word willpower?
Yeah. Just click on your willpower.
I get 13.
You make it.
His cock is now stiffened for more than 4 hours.
Can you just put somewhere as a? In fact, I can make a note of this.
Okay.
It'll be easier for me to make a note. So that was a wild arcane. Okay. So yeah, that's you, Corenza. Dilly Dick is gone, so he can be off for turn order. This is what happens when you start to really master combat. First proper combat of the game, but we are getting there now. Dilly Dick, you're supposed to be off for combat order. Get off it. DD Dickless. He is still going, so he's going to try and attack Micah. He gets stunt points, so I guess he hasn't hit Micah for Toffee, but he can't use his special thing because he no longer has friends around him to give a bonus combat
Does he
to.
need to
So
see his next
A bonus.
he's going to try and he's going to use lightning attack to make a second attack against the same enemy or a different one. So he's going to try and get a second attack in. And he fails that one too, because these skeletons are really old and rickety and not very good.
Can I continue dancing?
yeah.
Honing my routine for when I meet someone who deserves it.
Richard is going to try and attack Ziska, and I don't even want to think about what the target number is for actually hitting Ziska at this point.
I'd like to see you try, Richard.
Does a 13 hit?
I laugh in the face of the number 13, Richard.
Okay. Dovetis.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I were here,
Mm-hmm.
could I fling rubble at Dee Dee?
Yes, you can fling rubble at DD.
Please do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am going to fling.
So
Fling
move up
rubble.
there. Okay.
Come on. For some reason, my thing does not like to scroll. I believe the number that we're looking for is an 11.
And you got some point.
I got 11 and a stunt point.
Yep. So you have made your target number and you have 1 stunt point, which I believe with you, can you do one of your stunts easier because you're a barter? I believe that would be under your powers, maybe? Yeah.
This guy.
Arcane potential, you can use powerful channeling as if you spent +1 stunt point on it. You must spend a minimum of 1. And you can use skillful channeling for 1 SP instead of 2.
Okay. So,
Ziska gets conviction for her comment.
Yeah, okay. Ziska, give yourself conviction.
Thank you very much.
all right. So, looking for 1 instead of 2. Powerful channeling. Increasing the outcome doesn't help me because I don't get anything more.
Yeah, you need +2 to do that, and you don't have that from your stunt die there. So I would reduce the fatigue number of the test.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
Okie dokie.
So I get 1d6.
Yeah, and remember you also have your conviction as well if you want to try a second major action in a minute, or
Oh, I'm definitely gonna fling more rock at him. Okay, let me. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh, I just need to type. /R1d6. Pew!
Doretis, rock on. You
1.
can use a conviction point to reroll that?
Yes.
Right?
No, because a 1d6, I have a 5 or a 6. I have a 33% chance of getting past armor.
Well, I thought 4.
Okay.
I thought 4 worked.
Well, 4 would be the armor, and it would take away all 4.
Yeah.
So, me re-rolling this damage doesn't do anything.
Oh.
What I need to do is figure out a way to do more damage.
I mean, what are your other spells? Do you have any other spells which are useful here? I know you're more based in the roleplay attribute, which is
Right. So the thing about my Arcana, calm, I
Mm,
have to establish contact between my mind and the mind of a person.
yeah, your problem here is that you're fighting undead, and you're just not that useful against undead. I think
Right.
you've got sleep, but the undead don't sleep.
Right.
Cure doesn't work. Second sight, not used. Yeah, you're just versing the wrong kind of enemy here. Is
Exactly, because
bad.
like I have the psychic or psychot yes
Psychotic?
Psychic.
psychiatric shield, uh the psychic shield, um and things like that. So I will be much more beneficial around people.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
had
a
the same
diplomat.
problem with my Arcana.
I'm a diplomat. um I don't think I can move anymore because I moved my max movement.
One thing I will remind you of, Doretis, actually, I'm going to give you this one as a freebie because this was from last time, and this was something Ziska was doing, but I think she forgot about when. Well, not sure she forgot about. She decided to go and defend the keep entrance. That area you're by is very rickety. If you were to hit a rock at that, you might bring down more rubble on top of DD Dickless
Oh,
and bury him.
very
That was one
good.
of the things that Ziska was trying to do before she decided to head for the door.
Gotcha. Yeah, then let's use my conviction point to give me another major action, and this time I will just try and move object by bringing the wall down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not even hit it with a rock. Grab the strut and yank it.
Yeah, just grab the strut and do it. Yeah, that's
Yep.
okay.
Okay. Oh, I do need to roll my fatigue test from the last casting. Which
That's fine.
fine. And so now I'll roll for the new move object, which is 13.
You've made it.
Okay, it didn't get
So
any stunt points.
yeah,
That's
but
okay.
there's no damage on this one anyway. So just remember to take one off your conviction for that, because that was an extra major action. But by
Right.
removing the strut, you destabilize the upper balcony here, which comes crashing down. Micah, would you like to make a dexterity
Ooh.
check, because you are
Sorry about
also
that.
directly underneath this?
Thanks, Doretis.
Wing it, Micah, wing it.
Got really good dexterity though.
Dexterity.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
guessing that-
fine.
Yeah. So Micah is nimbly able to fly out of the way as all of the wall section comes crumbling down, and DD Dickless is buried and smashed to pieces.
Yay!
And then there were two.
So
John,
I rolled my fatigue roll.
yeah,
that
you
second-
need to roll a fatigue roll for your.
Right. So I
Have
got
you done it for move objects? Yeah.
yeah, I did, and I got a
Yeah,
10.
Oh, you
Can
got
I
stunt
use-
points on it. Yeah.
Right. Can I use the stunt points, because technically a 10 I don't think passes, because it should have been an 11, which was my toughness.
Oh
for-
yeah, no, you have failed a fatigue test. That's interesting.
But do I get to use the stunt points to do powerful channeling?
Yes, so you can reduce the fatigue. Yeah, you can do that, and then you pass.
Because I can pass it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just want to make sure I was doing that right. I wanted to.
Yeah.
tell you.
No, you are spot on there.
What does it mean where it says each fatiguing spell this encounter +1? Is that what happens if you fail?
Sorry, say again.
In the thing for the fatigue check, it says
Mhm.
underneath the target number, each fatiguing spell this encounter +1. Is that what happens if you fail?
Oh, I think this is something I'm forgetting about fatigue tests, which I won't instill for this combat now because we're so late into it. I think there's a rule that every time you do a fatiguing spell in combat, the next fatiguing spell you do is because you're sort of throwing out stuff. I think to stop you just sort of eternally throwing out powerful spells, I think it's your fatigue test. The number goes up by 1 for each.
Ooh.
Right.
Doing. I think that's what that means. I will look that up for next time.
Jess's face. Jess's
Yeah.
face right now.
I haven't
mean,
actually used a fatigue
Yeah,
spell
you have
this
not
turn, but
used a
Duretta's
spell
has
with
used
a
loads.
I
fatiguing
have.
element yet.
Yeah,
But yeah,
'cause
I
I've
think
used
that is how it
one.
works. I think it is something like, because the whole point is that even though you can pass the fatigue test, it is still fatigue, and it's their way of making sure that
You don't just keep
spellcasters
throwing out
don't
epic
just
spells.
because otherwise you
Yeah,
would just throw them out every single turn.
So it's basically that this is the equivalent of spell slots kind of
Yeah.
thing to limit
Yeah.
what you can do, right?
But
Yeah,
it's
so
a bit more
rather than,
randomized.
rather than you have a fixed number, it's how far do you want to push your luck.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, because that is my 5th that I remember.
Yeah, we won't add that on for this one because that was something I
Yeah.
wasn't even
You're gonna
thinking
need
of and you weren't aware of to actually make a decision on.
You're gonna need a
Okay.
bigger stick, Doretus.
I am gonna have to start hitting with the stick.
I mean, you are skilled in light blades, if I remember rightly, so maybe invest in a sword at some point.
Right. Yeah, because I don't think I have one. I think I have a walking
I
it
have a
doesn't
good
come with a
idea
sword.
for that. I have a good
And-
idea for that.
and throwing knives.
And throwing those, yes. Anyway, John Bon Jovi is going to stand up and does
Are you
a 14 hit you, Ziska?
I laugh in the face of number 14, John Bon
What numbers
Jovi.
don't you laugh at?
Higher than that.
I do not have to disclose that information to you, sir.
I'm a GM, I can just look it up.
Well, it's because it's temporary things, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I'm adding bonuses on. It's more than what you're throwing at me, you pile of bones.
Yeah, okay. Micah, you're up.
Right. Who looks more damaged out of Rich? You know what? I'm not even going to ask the question.
You're gonna have to come. Aren't you gonna have to come a bit closer? Can you actually see me?
I'm going to.
Yeah, John Bon Jovi is looking the more beat up.
Right. Let's see who's attacking. Yeah, I'm going to go for Richard,
Okay.
and I'm going
So you need
to fly over
here.
here.
Yeah.
And I am going to. What am I going to do? Oh, how much do I weigh?
Good question. Not a lot. You're a bird.
Well, ravens are quite big, though. How much does a raven weigh? Up to 2 kilos. That's about 4.5 pounds. Okay. I am going to launch myself bodily at Richard's head, beak first. So it's kind of a bite, but it's also kind of a kamikaze with my full weight behind it. Right in the ear hole.
Yeah, that would come under your. There is actually a rule for that under actions. That would come under your dive action.
All out
which
attack.
requires you to be flying high first.
Well, I did just fly over here, so.
Yeah, but to fly high, you need to start.
High.
Which of their flying speed? Well, flying high, the catch can. Flying to circle. Yeah, so you must start your turn circling to fly high. So to get that kind of bonus where you launch yourself really hard, like a sort of your own personal arrow, you need to be flying high to begin with, which means you need to start your turn circling. So I can't let you have that this time.
Okay, fair enough. What about? Okay, hang on a minute. I suppose I'm just gonna have to try and bite him.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to go for the vertebra right at the base of the skull.
Okie dokie.
Hard. Bite. that hit?
Have you made two things?
No,
Ben?
that was my dexterity check when
Oh,
the
right,
rest
yeah.
was brought down.
You got a total of 15 there, so yes, that hits.
And my damage is a 2d6.
Your damage is a 2d6, and you still have conviction if you want to add more on, really
Yeah, let's do that. Whoops, wrong way.
go in for
Okay.
another attack.
So a 3d6 or another attack?
No. So another attack, and then you'd get 4d6 of damage if it hits.
Okay, let's try that then.
And again, just make sure you take that off your...
Ooh! 20 and 5 stun
Wow.
points.
Good grief.
Nice.
That is going to be good.
Wow.
That is going to be good. So with 5 stunt points for combat stunts, you can get lethal
Almost
blow.
anything.
You inflict an extra 2d6 damage on your attack. So that would mean 2d6 from the one attack, 2d6 from the second, and another 2d6 from the lethal blow with a -2 to your total damage
Right.
from your strength. So that's 60.
So 66 minus 2.
Yeah.
26 damage.
Motherland.
Nice.
So Micah is immediately going to get his conviction. Micah is a he, isn't it? I am just...
Yes, Micah is a he.
Micah is going to do exactly as you said, more or less, based on the damage here. You are launching yourself like a bolt of feathers through the brush and striking Richard. You go right through, you actually literally go right through his rib cage and grab his vertebrae, and just literally he goes in half because you take that vertebra bone with you, and the rest of him just can't support itself without that vertebra there, and he crumbles while you fly further off with that one piece of his backbone.
Nice.
And let this be a lesson to you all, do not piss off the raven.
Conviction to Micah.
Yeah, conviction to Micah, you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Goodness gracious me.
Ziska.
Where did Micah go?
I'm top
Micah's
right.
taking a victory lap of the battlefield right now.
Yeah.
Again, understandably
While
so.
also working on my aerial display for when I meet the partner of my dreams.
Well, Ziska is very pleased to no longer be surrounded on all sides, and would really like to dispatch with John Bon Jovi.
Okay.
So they are going to... Oh, hello. Huh. If I do aim now, do I get the +1 bonus when I attack this turn, or would it only apply next turn?
Does aim do anything for non-ranged weapons?
Well, it says if your next action is a melee attack or ranged attack, you gain a +1 bonus. So yes, that would indicate that I could use it now on this turn.
Yeah.
I shall fix my eyes upon John Bon Jovi, and I will then have him with my hunter's spear.
Okay.
I hope. Okay.
13 hits.
Right. Okay. Let's be ending this, shall we?
9, which becomes 5.
So
Did
I
you
was
want
trying to catch them both.
use a conviction?
Yeah, if I would very much like to hit John
Conviction
Bon.
attack.
Yes, I'm feeling very convicted about ending this skeleton. Yes, come on.
Yeah, that hits. And do damage.
6.
And with a mighty final roar, Ziska brings her spear through the skull of John Bon Jovi, who the skull just breaks apart into pieces. The body shakes for a moment and then rattles to the floor.
Hey,
And
Karen's
I
immediately going to be like, yay, we did it!
Shake, rattle and roll. I said shake, rattle and roll.
There will be
And
no
Micah
prayer said for
does
you.
some aerial somersaults in celebration.
I think Ziska's going to sort of like breathe a sigh of relief and then sort of like be knocking on the door and say, Marcus, Greymane, it's safe. Are you okay?
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Whoa,
Oh, is
wait
it
a
safe?
minute.
Is it
Sorry.
safe?
Weren't we some skeletons short?
We
We've
were.
only killed 7 and one of them was numbered 9.
Oh,
Should we
gosh.
look around?
Oh, that's a good point. Ziska has forgotten this.
Actually, I'm up in the sky. Shouldn't I
Read
be
her
able to
in.
see things? I
Well,
move over-
I think
will
we can-
move closer.
I'm going to move closer and knock on the
Assuming-
door if I can. Are we still in turn order?
Ziska already.
No, you're out of turn order, and
Okay.
I should vaguely apologize that it turns out that the god of this universe is very bad at counting skeletons and putting them.
Okay.
It turns out skeleton 9 was more of a skeleton 8.
Okay.
Well, that's
We've
still one
only
more than
killed
we
7.
thought.
And that's even worse. I'm
We've
not
only-
seeing anything else, so no, you're fine.
So
Okay.
skeleton 8 was more like a skeleton 7, maybe?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
There are only 7 of them, I think, is what we're being told.
Yes.
I think I
checking.
played skeleton 9 first and had a plan for how many I wanted and then reined back on it at some point. Might have been the thing. Because I remember I remember when I put skeleton 9 on the map, I was like, he's got no legs, he's going nowhere. We'll put him down first. And I think I was going backwards in order. But then I just decided, no, this is looking like too big a combat now. I
Okay.
think that's must have been what went on.
There wasn't the 6 and the 7.
No.
Cool.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Okay.
So Ziska knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna hear from inside. Mark is gonna be like, "Are they gone?"
Yes, we
Yes.
have dealt with the problem.
Thank goodness. You need to help me. My friend Greymane, she's hurt, and he's going to, despite the fact that he's lying down, and I really wish I had a secondary token for him. He's going to open the door while lying down there, and he's going to go back over here,
Skills. Okay.
and you can come in now.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm probably Ziska's gonna let
I will
everybody
follow
else
Ziska.
go, and I'm probably gonna let everybody else go inside first before being the last one in.
Do I have the ability to heal people? How does healing work? Can we
I was just
help
about
We
to
all
ask
have.
that.
Yeah, everyone has heal as an action, so I will read you how that works.
Okay.
And it is better
Oh,
to
yeah,
have
there it is.
characters who are good at healing do healing still. So
Okay.
I'm good at it.
the
So-
heal as an action, you provide some quick first aid to an injured ally. You must be adjacent to your ally and you must have bandages ready. This is a toughness 11 intelligence healing test. If you are successful, your ally gets back an amount of health equal to the drama die plus your intelligence. The character cannot benefit from another heal action until additional damage is taken, and that's just to stop
Okay.
it being a eternally repeatable
Yeah.
effect. In
Apparently
this
I
case
have
as well, I
noticed-
will remind Durettis, because of how long it's been, you do have something in your inventory which might also help.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. There is.
The GM is always right.
Except when it's maths.
Maths. So 1 dose plus 2 to a healing test. 4 doses per pot is what my notes are. So if I were to say put this Galthus salve on there and then do my healing spell, is that going to add
Yeah,
to my
yeah, and you don't need to worry about a test on that because you're out of combat and these NPCs don't really have health bars, but the Galfies thing is important here. So you have put your all into helping to heal Greymane here and use the best ingredients at your disposal. So Greymane
Yes.
is thoroughly and well patched up, and Marcus is incredibly grateful for you for having helped his friend. And now that you've found the boy, it's now up to you what you are to do next with them.
Well, I think we need to ask them. Like, so I mean, I'm guessing as a Rye, I can tell whether or not these two are bonded, right?
Yeah, that is a fair assumption. And yeah, just straight out, you know that these two are eye bonded.
Right. So I'm gonna look at Greymane and look at Marcus. And would Greymane allow me psychic contact?
Yeah, no, neither of them are going to refuse you psychic contact, so you can talk to them both at will.
Okay.
They're very
So
grateful for having killed all the people outside, so they refuse
Cool.
you nothing.
so I'm gonna say, with probably uncharacteristic seriousness, we've met your dad. What do you want to do?
My dad, he isn't here, is he?
No, nowhere near.
That's good. That's why we came out this way. It was the only way we could think that he and the others from the village wouldn't follow us. If you've met him, you must know that he's not particularly fond of the rye and sees the rye bond, as many from our country do, as a profane thing.
Yeah, we noticed. I wasn't insulted in the slightest. What about the Greymane's friend was worried about her though?
And they can't stay
You
here.
mean Frostwind?
Frostwind.
Greymane
Frostwind.
perks up at that. Frostwind, I hadn't even thought to get his aid. When we realised that we needed to get away, we were in such a hurry. I should have thought to go to him.
He
I
sent
think
us
he would have
you.
appreciated that. But he'll just be happy to know that you guys are okay, but he would be, happy to know that you guys are okay, which he currently doesn't. So what do you want to do?
And Marcus, if I may
Oh,
say, Lenia seemed more understanding of what you were going through. Perhaps you can find some middle ground that you can deal with your father in such a way that perhaps you can not endanger yourself out here so far away from support.
I'm just going to kind of roll my eyes and do a Raven version of Bless Your Heart.
Marcus thinks for a minute on this and says, I know this is not what a boy is supposed to say of his father, but I don't want to see him again. He's always been possessive of me, always tried to keep me. If I go back there, even with the head woman's help, even with the help of the town, it will be a situation where it's either him or me. Either the town will try and help me out and he'll be kicked out for trying to break me from Greymane, or I will have to leave so that he can stay. And I don't want to see him uprooted from his home again. And then there's Greymane. Greymane gives a kind of nod at this and says, despite the fact that the people of Aldis respect the Rybond, the people of this village are not known for their kindness towards wolves. And I fear if we return as a bonded pair, the townfolk, they will probably accept us. They probably will not give us any harm, but I can imagine the scene will be tense.
It wouldn't be a
Marcus and
comfortable
Greymane,
existence.
you get a definite sense that they were both very sure in themselves when they decided to make a run for it.
Bear said Doratus conviction for playing his character and being diplomatic. I think I would suggest at that point that they consider at least sending a message so that we can tell the village that they're okay, but then escort them somewhere safer because this place is clearly not safe.
I mean, I'd be happy to have another Rye in the group, even though they're bonded and I'm not. That's fine. I'll find
maybe
a bond
take them back to
eventually.
Frostwind and see if we can find them somewhere safer.
If Marcus, are you saying that aloud, Micah? Are you letting people hear that?
I was imagining a kind of general psychic communique.
Yeah.
Can I do a general?
If that's general to everyone, I just want to check because you can channel individual people.
Right.
So
Okay.
if that's general, then Marcus at that is going to look at you all a bit closer and brighten up and say, yes, you all look, you. He points at Doretis. You're wearing the sigil of For Crown, you must be a diplomat. Are you going to the capital? I think that's where I should go now. I think that would be the best place for me. I could find work and a new life there. And I know in the capital, Greymane and I would be accepted.
I think this is a fantastic idea. I am a diplomat, and we are indeed on our way to the capital. I would agree with Carenza and say that a message back to your village of your well-being, that you are not in harm. They fear that you have been waylaid some way by some malevolent force. So to allay their fears, perhaps a message would go a long way.
Marcus is
I'm
going
gonna speak privately to Greymane and just say, "You're so malevolent, so totally malevolent. Lying there all covered in blood, so scary, terrible."
You can have conviction for that. I like the way you're playing your character.
Yay!
Marcus is going to think for a minute and look to Greymane, and you get the sense that they are talking in a language even beyond psychic contact as they look to each other. And then Greymane is going to look to you all and say, the boy's father is a very determined soul. I think we both feel it would be best if he is given a chance to let go of Marcus once and for all. If you could tell the head woman of our safety, I think it would be best otherwise if it is assumed that we perished here, that we might live our lives without the danger of Jatos making it his life's mission to come for us.
I can understand that.
Yep. I'm
Um,
definitely not gonna tell someone who seems abusive that their son is still alive if the son doesn't want them to know.
I mean, we could take back bones. There are plenty of them out there.
That's
is there something
very
we could
good.
take? Is there something we could take back that would prove that we'd found a body?
Oh, good idea. If it's very light, I can carry it. It might be quicker for me to fly than for everyone to hike back.
Yes, although I do believe you didn't reveal yourself in the village,
No,
did you?
you didn't.
So no
You
one
stayed
knows.
hidden.
I didn't.
I think our diplomat could take it back.
Yeah. And the rest of it, and then we could find Frostwind.
Plus, also Ziska's horse is still there, so at
We have
least
to go back.
Ziska needs to go back for their horse.
Charlotte.
Your best bet, Greymane is going to say, is Frostwind will no doubt be prowling at the edges of the forest near here for me, but he would never have come out this far when there's a danger of Kernish forces and evil spirits. I'll likely be able to sense him out on the road. He can look after us while you return to the village, and then we can meet you again on the path a couple of miles south.
That would work. Let's do that then.
And Marcus then will give you a few little personal trinkets, a wristband which he made once out of twine, and a family ring which he decides he no longer wants as he's forging his own path and identity, which he gives to you. And that should be enough to convince his father that you have found them.
Is it worth splattering a bit of blood on them?
If you have any blood to hand, yes.
Greymane's covered in it.
Yeah, you can.
Hey, malevolent furface, give us some of your spatter.
She's going to be a bit sort of, despite the fact that they like you, she's going to be a bit about that, but she'll agree and just sort of let some blood drip onto the thing from her old wounds, and then you have set that up.
Awesome.
I have an idea for Doretti's sword. There's loads and loads of bones outside, and bones are quite hard. If you want something stabby sooner rather than later, you could do worse than a femur. Sorry?
File it into a point.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm okay with my walking staff for now.
Okay.
Oh, but the bones scary. We did notice how you didn't want to get too close to them, when they were moving around and all.
My job my calling in life is to keep people focused on the centralized unity in life, to to shun the extremes, to be in the centered area.
Which means walking away from skeletons that are trying to kill you.
I had him pinned in place, was moving on to drop a wall on the one that was trying to eat you.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you have that one.
Marcus is going to get a little jittery now that he's feeling better, and he's also quite hungry as well from only having had bits of rather old and stale squirrel. He's going to ask if you have any food, and as a backup to that, is it possible that we can be away from here soon? I don't want to risk there being any other skeletons still prowling around these mountains.
I think I gave all my food to the. Can't remember her name now.
You gave the remainder of
Yeah.
your food to the
Gelfie?
outcast
Yes,
Gelfie.
mongrels.
Gelfie. And
Yeah, you gave it to
Duretis
Gelfie.
gave all his food to the creatures we met along the way.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
You
snuck
still
them in with
have
my
some of your
invisibility.
own supply left, so you can't fill his belly, but you can certainly quench his appetite.
We can share.
We can share.
And I
Okay.
might be able to find something small in the forest, like a rabbit or two. Would that help?
That would take
That would take too long.
time, which I would say you're.
We don't want to be here that long.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I mean,
Well-
I'm totally going to disregard the aspersions that you're casting on my hunting abilities right now, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. We can
But then
continue.
we'd have to skin it and cook it, and it's not necessarily your hunting abilities.
God, humanoid, so wussy about food. You kill it, you eat it. Why do they have to make it so complicated?
And
prefer
would
to get
I
stuff
would
in
I
our
be
teeth.
able to do a heal on myself?
Good point. I could do one. I could do a medicine thingy.
Yeah, you could do medicine
I mean, I'm
thingies.
only missing 3 points, but if we're
I'm-
not gonna,
Pretty sure
Yeah, I'm missing 5.
I've got medicine listed under our powers.
I'm going to just say that everyone can heal up after this as a
Yeah.
thing, just to save time a little here. So,
awesome.
because after this,
Awesome.
well, I think I've already actually moved the thing on, but you're going to be able
You
to get
have,
that.
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. On we go then. And
So,
I'm gonna flutter down and land and well no, I'm gonna fly and then I'm gonna whisper to Corenza privately. May I ride on you? I'm really knackered from dodging all those skeletons.
So, pat on the shoulder.
Awesome. I'm gonna swoop down and land on her shoulder and kind of nuzzle against her ear a bit.
I'm gonna nuzzle back.
okay.
Nuzzle back. Yay.
So you make it back towards the village, and partway through, you find a very grateful and relieved Frostwind, who does agree to take Greymane and Marcus on a separate trail, which will lead them around the town so that they don't have to deal with anything. He is thrilled for Greymane at having found her bondmate, but also chastises her for a lack of foresight and rushing into the things. They have a conversation as they go off, and he is very grateful to you and wants you to know that if you're ever in the Palvan Weald, the Rye Wolves will always have your back.
Yay!
Yay!
I have no idea what that means, but yay!
It means allies. It means allies
Allies
from the
for
area.
the future if you're ever in the Palvan Weald.
With big teeth and claws.
How do you
And
spell that?
Palvan Weald, Palvin, no, Palvenweald.
I think Ziska's going to be slightly, slightly
Okay.
awed that just by trying to do something vaguely helpful, that she's now got allies in some Rye Wolves, a pack of Rye Wolves. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And when you get to the town, how would you like to play things out? What's your plan?
I think we were going to the town leader.
Yeah,
Tell
and
the
I'm happy
truth?
to just I can ride along on well,
No, just
am
stay
I
on my
okay
shoulder.
to ride along
Yeah.
on Corenza's shoulder, or do I need to take off because I wasn't riding on her shoulder when we came in, and people might question her
They might
stance?
question it. It depends whether you're happy for them to know that you're a Rye now with everything.
I don't mind. I just don't want to create friction if Jatos is around.
I can.
I would-
I can go invisible, but that
That
doesn't
is a
help you.
good point. Like, you are going to have to deal with J-Toss here.
Yeah, I'm going to take off. I'm rested now from, I've been riding on Carenza, bless her. And so I'm going to give her a quick nuzzle and just a very light nip of her ear. It's very affectionate. And I'm going to take off and kind of glide above them high enough that no one will really think anything of it.
Okay, so you find Lenya and...
Sorry, I have to interrupt you right there. I need to go do something very, very quickly. I will be right back. It's
Okay.
kind of an
Okey-dokey.
emergency.
Okie dokie. I'll carry on, seeing as...
The rest of us could do the rest of it. and
Yeah,
everything.
but she's out of the actual situation at the moment, so we can carry on with that. So you find Lenya, and Lenya, as always, is with J-Toss at the moment, who is making more wildish things that maybe those heroes weren't up to the task, maybe they're not coming back, maybe they've kidnapped Marcus until you arrive, and then he sees you and goes, Where is my son? What are you coming back here without my son for?
In a very big voice, I will look at him and say, "You ungrateful! You ask us to do a task, and we return to find you questioning. You who were so unkind. I ask that you silence yourself for a moment." And with that, I am going to use, I'm going to reach out my
Corinne's gonna
brain.
step back slightly at that. Be like, okay, director suddenly got angry.
You can have
Uh,
conviction for that as well.
Say
What
again?
now?
Conviction for that. I like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I'm going to, do I have to do psychic contact first? And
Yeah,
then
you have to make
calm?
psychic contact first if you want to.
Okay, so here's the,
And that's an opposed willpower test, so he gets a rollback. Ooh.
7 plus, what can I use my conviction on?
1. You can re-roll the 1, I think.
Can I re-roll that 1?
Hold on, I'm not even looking at your rolls right now, sorry.
12.
I got an 11, 12.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
What did I
you can
miss?
re-roll the 1 if you want.
Oh.
If you want, you don't have to use the conviction straight away, but you might want to in this case.
Doretis is
I
giving J-Toss
want
a
to.
dressing down, or he's trying
Oh,
to.
awesome. Glad I,
I
didn't
definitely
miss
want to
that.
re-roll that. So,
Doretis just kind of lost his temper.
Yeah.
and I have
Excellent.
rolled a 6.
Jatos thoroughly deserves it.
So that's now a
Well,
17.
And I re-rolled
Nice.
the funky die, so I have
Yeah.
double 6s.
Yes, you do. I don't know whether that... I guess that would still count for stunt points, because you're still using the thing, and you've used the conviction which you just gained for that, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so that gives you a total of now what?
The total is 17
Right, hold on.
With 6 stunt points.
with 6 stunt points.
Wow.
Yeah, the thing is...
But
he's
this
also
wasn't for
done very
calm.
well, so this is going to get weird. I just... Right, what's his... I need to see what his things are. It's 2, so that's... What's your one?
17 plus 6 stunt
17.
points.
Plus 6 stunt points. And he is... Right, I'm going to tell you, in order for you to beat him, this is just to save time now, for you to beat him, you need to use all your stunt points into upping your points, because he also has 5. He has the same number as you. He has 5 stunt points, you have 6. So if you use
Okay.
all of yours to up your roll, and he uses all of his to up his roll, which is what he'll try and do, you will come off on top by 1.
Except Doretis
I can only max out at 4.
You're only allowed to do 4. But Doretis
Yeah, we're each only
gets
allowed
an
4.
extra 1 from an ability, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically, you still need to use some of them for it, but yeah, you're basically in an effect that you can win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's
yeah.
any other role play stunts which really.
I think whilst like Doretis is sort of like trying to handle Jatos, I think now that Ziska is aware that he is a diplomat, she's going to be thinking, he's quite important. I could probably get some work if I'm guarding someone important. So I think she's going to sort of like make a bit of an effort to sort of like be standing close by and looking a bit intimidating in case Jatos attempts anything, so she can be close enough to react and step in if she needs to interpose herself to protect him in any way during this interaction.
Okie dokie. Yeah, you are able to psychically reach his mind. So what do you want to do next?
I think the correct thing to do here is to calm.
Okay.
Because
No, you just yelled at him.
Details.
Yeah. I do think calm is a bit of an interesting one to use here.
I'm going to put him to sleep.
Yeah.
For the benefit of all the town and Lenia, give her some rest to put him to sleep.
Okay.
Can I hear what's going on psychically from where I'm? Or can I land on like I could before I
mean,
land?
if you're on a nearby wall, then I guess maybe, yeah. We'll just say.
And I'm just gonna be like height of diplomacy there.
I will be psychically telling Micah what's going on.
I'm
narrating.
I'm in awe of his diplomatic skill.
I have no
if
idea.
If in doubt, knock him out.
I have no idea what he's planning. I'm just watching the body language of Jatos to see if he's going to do anything.
You are able to send Jatos to sleep, which does startle some of the others from the town, because this kind of psychic magic usually shouldn't be done without the express permission of the person you're doing it to. So that would ordinarily, in different circumstances, that would be a cause for me to give you corruption, but I can see why you're doing it and why it's of benefit to him. So that's not going to happen here. But as far as some of the villagers, you would definitely have caused a bit of a ruction by sending him to sleep against his will. And it's obvious that you were in psychic communication with him doing that, because he wouldn't just otherwise fall asleep. So you need to be a little on guard with your words here when you explain why you might have just done that. And yeah, Lena is going to demand an explanation from you immediately. She's going to be, what was that for? I know Jatos is a handful and hard to deal with. Goodness, we've all wanted to knock him about the head and put him out for a couple of hours in the past, especially in the last few days, but that's no reason to be using your psychic talents on a poor man like this. He's just lost his son, for goodness sake.
About that.
My friends, what we have learned about his behavior toward his son shames him. He has beaten and misused this child, and we found this child. He was not abducted. He was not torn away from his village by a malevolent, uncaring force. He willfully chose to leave his father's side, to face danger because it was preferable to him. We have found his body, and it is with sadness that we return these bones and these items which identify him. It was obvious that the rye creature that he had bonded with gave his last breath trying to defend this poor soul. Both are lost to us. We brought what we could back so that you may have a burial when he is calm again and allow him time to grieve. The poor rye creature who did so much trying to waylay so many skeletons, undead creatures, terrible creatures. we have laid Greymane to rest in the trees in the forest where no one will disturb. But with his last thoughts, communicated this story to us so that we could return to you and that you may know what has been done. We should honor the Rye who gave all to protect one of you, one of yours, your village. And with that, I will hand the bracelet and ring to the head woman.
Conviction to Doretus.
Yeah,
That was
conviction
quite a
Doretus on
speech.
that. That was a very, very moving speech. Honestly, I'm actually struggling to remember that they're even alive outside of this.
I thought we were going to
As
tell
a
her they
GM,
were
I've been thoroughly
alive,
convinced.
but I feel wrung out emotionally after that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone in the town is horrified by what they've heard, and you've certainly given them a lot to think about. And because you said this to everyone, they're all going to believe that that was a very moving and stirring speech. So Lenya, then the head woman, is going to nod after a while, and everyone's looking on her to give the verdict. And she will say, I can see why you didn't want Jatos awake and around to hear this. It will be better for him to hear it all from us later. I know his temper. He would not have thanked you for the good work you have done in bringing us this awful news of Marcus and his death. She thinks for a minute and looks down at Doretis. He won't be out too long, and if we are to mourn properly, I think I mean this with the greatest understanding and thankfulness for all you've done, but I would ask if you would carry on your way and let the village mourn for our lost soul.
We
We
would
can
gladly allow you to mourn as you should, and he will see no harm from what I have done. He is easily roused. Just a slight stirring should rouse him easily. But we will depart with haste and be on our way.
Yes, this goes horse.
Yeah,
'Cause
I think
we need the horse.
Lenya will arrange for you to have your horse brought to you, and she will also arrange a refreshment of supplies, which will see you for a good couple of days on the road as thanks for all you have done, but will otherwise want you gone pretty soon so that they can get on with mourning and looking after Jatos and helping him through the grieving process.
Out of curiosity, does anyone remember, were we offered a reward of any kind, or did we just
I was
say,
just thinking about
don't
that.
think
I
we
think
were.
we were, but I
No,
don't.
you
Pretty
offered to do this
sure.
out of the goodness of your heart.
kindness
I'd
hearts?
say I
Yep,
didn't
that's
think
what
we
I thought.
were.
That's what I
Alright.
thought. No, we're good. Just checking. I just didn't want to leave a stone unturned.
I'm up on the church wall, going, damn it.
I think might want to mention to whoever is handing me back Charla as a mentioning that it might be an idea for someone to check in on Galthy every now and again because her supplies were quite low. She's okay now. And to perhaps advise Lenia of the presence of Shadowspawn, just for them to be aware of it if they are travelling in that direction. So they weren't in a very healthy state, but just for you to be aware, there is the Mongol tribe or a small Mongol tribe currently residing in the woods for your people to be aware to keep themselves safe.
Lenya is very grateful for the information from the wilds and the risks that it poses, and she does promise to keep an eye on Galfi over this trying winter that is coming, and she's even more grateful for news of the Mongols which have come down out of Kern seeking food and respite and says they'll be extra vigilant with their watches and make doubly sure to look after their hermit as best they can.
Awesome.
Go team.
And with that, your first quest
It's officially over.
comes to an end. You have taken on a young boy and his rye companion, and unless you have a different idea on this, I'm assuming you're adopting him because he's
That's
still
At
not-
least
not.
to get him to Aldous.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm totally keen to keep them around. A wolf! I could ride on a wolf. How cool would that be?
Corinne's gonna
Maybe.
get slightly upset about that. She's like, those rolls are not good enough.
Well, you don't have fur.
No.
And it's not- And to be honest, Greymane might, I don't necessarily want to ride on Greymane all the time because, teeth and all that. But yeah, just, for the experience, kind of like some people want to go skydiving once just to know what it's like. And then,
Okay.
they're happy to go around in a car the rest of the time. So, or even a plane or even a, hot air balloon or something. But yeah, I think it would be cool to ride a wolf
Okay.
briefly.
So
And let's face it, it's going to be a while before she lets me because I
Mm.
did call her a malevolent fur face, which
hmm,
she might
yeah,
not like.
that'll take a little bit for her to get back on.
Hi, Wolf Song.
Hey, kiddo.
We saved
Hey!
the wolf.
So
bring the
after
wolf back
you
in.
have joined the path again and continued on your way, you continue on towards the capital of Aldous, where your adventures will truly begin. And it is at that point that the father, reading a tale to his son of the adventures of heroes of old, closes his book, and the son looks up and says, "Can you tell us more of the heroes?" "Not tonight, son," he says, "but I can tell you a little more of the town that they left behind and what happened to them, if you like." And the son says, "Yes, please, I'm not even the least bit tired." So the father relates to his son that that winter was a trying one for the community who had, they thought, lost one of their best and brightest young folk. There was a heavy sense of sadness in the place, and Jatos unfortunately took rather hard to the bottle that winter, but the community rallied round him and he was eventually able to say goodbye to his son and carry on his life as best he could. For Galfie, who was out in the wilderness, the help of the townspeople that winter was invaluable to her. She was able to get through the winter with the food supplies given to her by the heroes who visited, and her neighbours made sure that she was well fed, well stocked, and they even helped patch up her little hut. More important than this, though, was the knowledge of the mongrels who threatened the outskirts of the village. After being buoyed by food they had found on the ground waiting for them, the warriors of the tribe eventually came across a already wounded bear and had it killed and eaten to boost their food supplies. And after they were buoyed and their constitution mended, they decided to make attacks on the village. Thankfully, warned by the heroes of their presence, the Mongols were easily driven off and there were no casualties for the people
Yay!
of the town.
Whew. I was a
And
bit worried there for a moment.
Yep.
as for Frostwind and the bond of friendship made between the Rye of the Wilds and the heroes, more of them you will learn in the future. And that is the end of your first and possibly only Blue Rose adventure, we don't know. But that is the end of that
That is the
adventure
end
and
of
that
the-
chapter in your story.
That is the end of our test run of Blue Rose.
My goodness.
I really like this one. I really like Blue Rose.
I definitely feel like we like this one more than we like the vampire one.
Yes. Yeah. The system is taking some getting used to, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's
You
definitely
explain it all and it's fine, so yeah.
I think the things that I need to remember is just a few instances of people's abilities which make them stronger. And I think also kind of like how we always use inspiration in the pyramid. Conviction, there's a reason why conviction is something which you can stack up rather than
Yeah.
only have one of. I think the greater presence of armor, I think you are supposed to be using your conviction often to
Get
mitigate
through it.
things and
Yeah.
up your damage potential.
Certainly,
So
once we started using conviction consistently, that really helped.
yeah,
Turn the
yeah,
tide
it was
on
one of those. The combat took a long time tonight, but I think after it was almost at the point when I realized that you had your dexterity bonus, and then
Yeah.
from there it was like, oh, and this bonus applies, and this bonus applies,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's like once you get that in your head, once you know the system enough, I think the combat starts to resolve itself out. Otherwise, there was a point early on where I was going, oh, if this is going to be combats, I'm going to make sure we never have another. But I think by the end, the sort of combat was sort of getting the kind of pace we know for D&D, just in
Yeah.
its own unique set and way. Don't know if everyone agrees with that or not.
No, yeah, I feel like once we got those extra things figured out, it did move a lot faster.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely a system where thinking through your environment and how you can use the abilities on the paper made this a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
And it's especially with the stunts, like figuring out how best to use those stunts, because
Yeah.
that's one of the things that took so long for us was like, okay, wait, I got stunt points, but what do the stunt points do? What can I do? And then figuring out how to add the damage and get it all to stack up. So, if they have a 4 armor, well, if I get to attack multiple times and add dice, then I get to roll 6 dice instead of just 2. And
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that'll be a
Sorry,
lot smoother.
I am here.
future.
There's a stray moth.
Ah.
Okay. Bullsong has said, as is the end, that's sad. This game seems so fun. And Castleman said, are you going to continue with Blue Rose? So at the moment, we have no direct plan to stop, but we also have no direct plan to continue. We don't have anything to replace it with currently. So if you want us to continue, if you are really enjoying it, do say so in Discord, because it will probably have a bearing on whether it does
Yeah, it will
continue.
help inform our decisions knowing what
Yes.
you guys are enjoying.
Yeah, if you guys have loved it and want us to continue, please put it in the Discord and let us know, and we'll discuss it over the next little while, because we don't have anything to replace this with. So it is a possibility that this will continue, but we haven't decided yet. It's probably the
I mean,
best way to put it.
personally, Blue Rose, as said, I've had an absolute blast being able to finally play this system. I love the Blue Rose. I love the lore of it. I love the world. So I'm more than happy to just continue infinitely.
Okay.
At the same time, it does need to be something that's everyone's cup of tea and everyone's enjoying, including our lovely viewers, of course. So
I really love the aspect that I really like is the fact that, like you said, what you do has consequences, and that you make
Yes.
friends, and there's like an ongoing arc for that. I
Yeah.
really love that, and I also love that I get to play my really silly, over the top, unfiltered side of myself. As
But this time
a
you're not
daft
being
apis that can fly.
snarky.
Sorry?
This time you're not being snarky and bickering with me. We're being really affectionate with each
Yeah,
other. Which is
yeah, which
complete
is also
change.
nice. It's nice as well, isn't it? It was the snarky one was really fun, but this is also really fun as well. So
yeah, it was one of those ones. Going back to what you were saying about the consequence things, it was that little skit at the end I did with the father reading the storybook. I really wanted to sort of give you a sense of what your decisions made to people who you might never meet again, like
Yeah.
Jatos and Galfrey and all that. There are people you'll never meet again. I think one of the things I want to do if we were ever to continue is sort of give you an idea of how your decisions impact on other people. Like at one point, honestly, Ziska, just in case we are continuing, give yourself conviction, because your mention of Galfrey needing supplies and the thing, honestly, but what was in my head beforehand?
everyone would have died basically if you hadn't said
it was
that
going
one.
to be a thing that the Mongols would have taken the bear down, and then they would have moved on Galfrey's hut.
Oh no.
Galfrey, because you had given her food, would have had enough strength to get away and warn the town, but her hut would have been permanently lost and destroyed, and they would have had to have a more desperate attack against these things. So you literally saved lives there, remembering to do that, Ziska.
Yay!
You're a true hero.
Go, Ziska!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, yeah, because when you said it at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I said it.
Yeah, no, seriously, you were so close from me having a sort of not a bad ending, but a sort of middling.
Bit,
We
yeah,
forgot
bittersweet.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thank goodness for that. Whew.
Yeah, I was so focused on trying to convince the village that
We
they
weren't
should
the bad guys.
that we weren't the bad guys and to let this poor kid go. That I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot there was a whole tribe of
There was a
people.
whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
So much
It probably
other
didn't
stuff
help that it
going
was the
on.
last stream.
Convinced
so
the
it wasn't like
GM
this
that the
stream's-
boy was dead. How you managed that, I don't know. Like you made me really sad for this poor dead boy. I was like, no, he's alive. About this. So yeah, good work to you.
I definitely like the fact that this is more roleplay focused.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's a lot more
Yeah.
options to be like, because like with D&D, you're pretty much just like, no matter what you say, you're still rolling an attack.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, you're rolling so many other possible options.
Yeah. And you're building relationships, and
Yeah.
Mm.
which is really cool.
Yeah,
I will win Greymane over again. I totally
Yeah,
will.
I think one of the things I like about Blue Rose is that more often than not, you don't want to raise your sword if you can help it, because you don't want to lose that potential connection
Yeah.
that could happen from, and you're always entitled to, like the rules always allow for that kind of combat thing. I mean, you saw several times there were maps there which were combat maps ready if you decided to go that way.
Yeah.
And like there were options that would have happened, like with the, I think I can get away with saying this because you're never going to see them again. With the mongrels, if you had decided to engage them in conversation and actually tried to offer them your food peaceably, they were so far starved that they would have, if you had been intimidating enough, they would have accepted and been, oh, these people have given us food. But depending on how you'd have acted, that then would have been a question of, well, do they see the humans as weak for giving the food, or do they see you as benevolent, in which case they might make a promise not to attack, but then they're dark fiends, so they're known for going back on their words. So that even on that kind of level, I like this whole thing that there's so many ways that things can branch off,
Yeah.
and the way the consequences can go into that. And I'm excited that you've got now, because the other way that could have happened, you could have maybe, because this is the other thing that you didn't do at the end there, Brian had the village convinced that Marcus was safe, but you didn't tell Lenya that he was actually alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going
Yeah.
to, weren't we? But she did kind of say thanks, but bog off. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was more down to the way that I think you surprised everyone by casting
Sleep.
an aggressive, not an aggressive as in damaging, but you intruded on his mind in a way which he had not given permission for.
Imposed my will on him.
Yes. Yeah. Which is something that within Aldean law is considered. Obviously, like all things with a trial, they accepted that your reasoning was sound, but it's still a kind of taboo. You don't normally take that liberty with people if you're so that's why they got a bit more uppity with you there, because it's like, oh, these people are just putting it up. So but I like the way you handled that. It was still a good handling of it, but there's always, I think, a mixture of positive and negatives which could come out of everything like that. But
But now you know, Brian, that that's a taboo thing for diplomats to do.
Well, I knew coming in hard and strong was going to be a little bit more rough than more, because I imagine dropping someone in the middle of town square is not typically a diplomatic way to approach things, and I would be considered diplomatic. That's why I went in strong, hard, fast, because if anyone looks deeply at the bones and realizes that they've been dead for a long time, it's a bad idea. And the blood, because I was thinking this while we were doing it, it's like, wait, the blood is from Greymane. It's from a wolf. It's not even human blood.
Yeah, but I don't
It'll
think
still
they
look
really
like
have
human
like
blood.
DNA testing at this point, so I figured that wouldn't be a problem.
I didn't know if somebody'd be able to like cast magic and be like, yeah, that's not human bone. Like,
In-
you know,
Maybe the capital, you could probably get some people together to do that. Out there in the sticks, not so much.
probably not. Yeah, I didn't. That's why I didn't really say anything about it. I thought, yeah, we'll be safe enough. But just if they inspected too closely on some
Yeah.
of that, I thought it would.
Mm.
No, that's actually a really good point. Actually, that is
Yeah,
a
it did occur
That's
to
why
me
I
as
went in.
well, and
I went in
thought,
hard, fast, and we got
Yeah.
out of there because it's like,
let's not
the
push our luck.
faster.
Yeah.
That's it. Just hit and go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I figured that once we got where we were going, we could find a way to get a message back to Lenia, but we needed that whole village to. The only way to keep a secret is if no one knows it's
There's
no one knows it.
Yeah.
I mean, it did
Um,
occur to me that the only way to really do it would have been for me to talk to her psychically, or
Mhm.
for you
Right.
to talk to her psychically, but that would have taken time, and you'd
And it
have
would have
had
been
And-
to
obvious that the
get her
psychic
to let you in,
conversation was
and she
going
was already not
on.
terribly trusting you after the whole
Mm.
dropping him fast asleep where he stood thing. So
Right. And in the time being, it puts her in a position where she has to make that choice of
yeah,
Do I tell him or
lying,
don't
not
I?
lying,
And she
if-
also wasn't there when Marcus explained what the guy had
Yeah.
done.
Right.
Mm.
So
so that's why I kind of did that. I made that choice to go in hard, go in fast,
oh yeah,
make a point, and get out.
yeah.
So
No, good call. I think
Yeah.
best call. I think under the
Yeah.
circumstances.
characters informing, yeah. I mean, that's one of the really cool things about this system is I think we all found our character and let that really guide
Mm.
our choices and decisions because
Mm.
I'm certainly not acting in any way like Anurin or Florian would in any circumstance.
Oh,
I'm
they would
not
not
acting
invite
like
you to a
Tariel would.
party. They would not invite you to a party ever.
No. So, but just kind of being true to that history of the characters, like where did they come from? That I think is really huge.
Yeah, it
So-
took me a minute to get into Micah because it had been a while since I did this, of course, and I was rusty. But I think I got back into it eventually, and this is very different from Kalima. Again, Micah is pretty much the polar opposite of Kalima, which is hilarious, and very different also to Verikin.
Yep.
Again, so yeah. No, I'm
Fun to
really
play
enjoying
something
it.
different.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It kind of it keeps those creative muscles going, which for us
Mm.
writer types and actors and so on
Useful.
is important. It's nice, you know. It lets you work that muscle, which is nice.
Cool. I think we're gonna have to end the stream there.
Yeah.
So it's already 5 to 11, so in UK time anyway. We will be back on Monday with our Story Squires.
And I will be back there as well.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have all the Story Squires back because it's been we've had quite a few streams where we've lost one or two people, but I think, as far as I'm aware, we now have everyone back for the next little while. So
Awesome.
yes, Story Squires on Monday and the Pyramid next Wednesday. And thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And as I said, if you really enjoyed that and you wanted to continue the Blue Rose, do let us know because for the moment we don't know what we're doing in 2 weeks' time. There is a good chance we will be back with Blue Rose, but we will let you know next week when we do our streams next week on what's going on.
Cool.
Oh, thank you, Another Unique.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the awesome stream. I'd say you all need to keep being awesome, but it's quite apparent that it comes naturally to you all. Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you, Another Unique.
Mwah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.